not like you have all 9 innings to try and go 2 for 4 or 3 for 5 or something along those lines. I mean, it's going to be around 5 innings or maybe 4 innings or so for most of these guys, and then they're out of there, or they have to wait until the end and come up with a big bang at the end of the game to show that they belong with all of these other players.
Now, last year's All-Star game ended in a tie. That will not happen this year. They have supposedly ensured that with not only adding 1 additional player to each roster, but on top of that, there will also be a home run derby, if necessary, at the end of the game to determine who wins today. So one way or the other, the California League or the Carolina League is going home awfully happy, and I know that we're excited to finally have a winner associated with this ball club as part of the guarantee. Well, a big crowd is on hand here at the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California. A sellout of 6,615 is expected, and to go along with that gorgeous weather here at the Epicenter, the temperature all day has been in the 80s. It has dropped to 81 degrees as we speak. A slight breeze is blowing out from left to right, and not a cloud to be seen here in the skies of Southern California. We're going to take a timeout, and we will come back to the ballpark. A couple of interviews on the way. We'll have both managers for the California League, manager Bobby Beecham, who is normally with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, and then Dave Clark, the manager of the Lynchburg Hillcats, who today is leading the Carolina League squad. So we'll have that right after this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stick with us on the pregame show for the All-Star Game. This is the All-Star Game Radio Network.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Miraloma, California, in business since 1927. The Galliano family roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as a custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hey, Quakes fans, need a good laugh? Make your way down to the world-famous Improv Comedy Club and Restaurant at the Ontario Mills Mall. The Improv features all of today's biggest names in comedy. Check out some of the comedians coming soon to the Ontario Improv. Brian Regan, Kevin Pollak, Tommy Davidson, Bill Bellamy, Brett Butler, Jim Brewer from Saturday Night Live, DJ Hewley from the Kings of Comedy, and those are just some of the famous faces you'll see at the Ontario Improv. Visit the Ontario Improv website at www.improv.com for a full schedule, or call the Ontario Improv box office at area code 909-484-5411. The Ontario Improv is located at the Ontario Mills Mall, where the 10 and the 15 freeways come together. Don't miss out on a minute of the laughs at the Ontario Improv. Make your reservations now for all of your favorite comedians from television and film live on stage at the Ontario Improv. Tickets on sale now at www.improv.com or at the Ontario Improv box office at area code 909-484-5411. When you stay at a Red Roof Inn, you can live large and pay little. At Red Roof Inns, you'll find quality rooms, friendly service, competitive rates, and enjoy complimentary morning coffee and the USA Today. Plus, as a Ready Card Prefer member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With more than 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including nearby in Ontario, San Dimas, Anaheim, Santa Ana, and Victorville. Visit us at redroof.com or call 1-800-RED-ROOF. Live large and pay little at your friendly Red Roof Inn.
If you're a real estate agent, listen up. Express Printing in Chino is your marketing friend. Visit realestatecopies.com and create your marketing tools. Color flyers for 39 cents, color postcards, everything you need at realestatecopies.com. Send them your files or use their templates. They will produce your materials and ship them next day free of charge. Express Printing in Chino, family owned for 20 years, brings you realestatecopies.com, the real estate agent's marketing partner.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Around here, folks take pride in their landscape. They know a beautiful yard starts with the right materials. And around here, people like to do it themselves. That's why they rely on Haven Building Materials. Haven features a winning lineup of blocks, cement, rocks, sand, and gravel, everything you need for your landscape. And they deliver, too. Folks in the know rely on Haven. They have since 1978. And you can, too. Just stop by Haven Building Materials at 9393 Haven Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga.
Center in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Rob Brenner now joined by Quakes manager and also the manager of the California League All-Stars, Bobby Meacham. Meach, obviously a fantastic experience for every single one of these guys. How about for yourself coming down here and getting to manage such a great group?
Well, like you said, it's a good group of guys. Guys that really are well-deserving of this honor. To be able to be selected as top in their league is great. And like I said, I was only about 23, so they're the top select group, and I'm just happy to be a part of it, and I'm glad that I can help these guys have a good time.
As the manager for a group like this, and obviously it being an all-star game and exhibition, how do you go about managing them? Is there really any managing to do?
Not really. You just kind of let them let them know that it's supposed to be fun out there, and let them play and enjoy themselves. And then when it's time to put somebody else in there, maybe halfway through the game, put somebody else in, and let them have fun. So it's just mainly, I think, my job today is just to let them go out there and realize it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, hopefully we'll win, but it's supposed to be a lot of fun, and just kind of go back to playing baseball like we did when we were kids.
With their having a lot of fun, obviously, with this game, there obviously has to be some pressure along with that, isn't there?
Well, I don't know if there's pressure involved. There's no numbers that are going to be kept here as far as statistics that count towards what they do next year or anything like that. But hopefully they want to go out here and impress people and show people that they're deserving of being all-stars.
It was fun. We just came from the luncheon a little while ago, and Jesse Barfield got up and spoke. We saw Spider Jorgensen was in there. Tommy Lasorda phoned in. So obviously a group of esteemed major leaguers at one point. Being a major leaguer yourself, and you see the way that these guys are coming through the minor leagues right now, are you impressed with the way that they've been able to perform?
Well, definitely. I mean, these guys are, like you said, there's a lot of stuff going on around them all the time. There's a lot of scouts, or there's a lot of newspaper articles, maybe whatever the different magazines are write about these guys and how they're doing. And I'm pretty impressed with the way they've been able to handle themselves. These all-stars here have handled themselves obviously very well enough to be selected to play in this game today.
Now, as a rover in the Pirates organization for quite a while, you got to know the Lynchburg Ball Club. Have you noticed that there's a difference between the Carolina League and the California League?
The Carolina League is a very tough league. I knew that when I was roving. Like you said, it's just a real tough league. A lot of pitching involved, a lot of defense. The offensive ballparks are not quite like they are in this league. The Southern Division is a little different. The Northern Division of this league is quite a lot like the Carolina League. So the difference in being made, the ballparks, the altitudes, certainly in Lancaster and High Desert bears that out. But all these leagues, both these leagues, I should say, have very good ball players, and you'll see a lot of fun from them tonight.
Being the manager of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, you have to be very proud of the four guys that have made it here.
Oh, definitely. Those guys have been our top guys all year long, and they've worked hard all year long. So I'm real proud of them, and hopefully they can continue to just keep on going and continually make all-star games year after year.
As far as the other guys that are here, is there any one player or even a couple of players that have really stood out to you? Obviously, we see the South a bit more than the North.
Well, there's a couple guys, the young guys in Lancaster really stand out to me, like Kroger and Ugler. Those guys have really showed us that they could swing the bat. You got a couple guys like Elson, like Barfield and Fermaniac also who really, Fermaniac's been amazing to watch him turn around. Like he played last year, he did okay. This year he's done great. So something like that's been interesting and exciting to see. Barfield's just a pure hitter, and he's always exciting to see, and then a thorn in our side to try to get out.
Are you excited about seeing the guys on the other side, because we don't get the chance ever to catch some of these fantastic pitchers, the Honnols and the McBrides?
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what they have. I'm sure it's a little different in my shoes. I've been coaching for 13 years and I've been in the game for a long time, so you've seen just about everything. So I'm sure it'll be exciting to see some new faces and some new arms, like you said, and some new hitters in there. So it'll be kind of interesting to sit back and see what else I can see in this game of baseball.
By the way, one thing that I want to point out to all the fans that are listening today, they named the Futures Game All-Star participants, which will take place in Chicago during the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, actually the day before that. And a couple of Quakes were able to get into that group. Jeff Mathis, one of the catchers here, and also Irvin Santana, right-hander, who may or may not throw today because he pitched on Sunday. To make it to a ball game like that, it really gives you, obviously, the feeling that you're, pitching in a Major League ballpark and getting to know some of these Major League All-Stars as well. Is this really kind of like the preview to what may come for some of these guys and really good indication of where their career could be at one point?
Well, for those two, Mathis and Santana, they'll get a good picture of what it really is like, how great these players really are there in the major leagues. Going to a Futures game will give them a glimpse of the top of the top as far as the minor leagues go. So, it'll give them a good view, hopefully, of what they have to reach for, and hopefully they can look ahead and keep working hard instead of like some guys will rest on their laurels, so to speak, and not keep reaching higher. So hopefully that'll help them to reach even higher than they would have in the past, and give them a little bit more incentive once they see those major leaguers, especially around that clubhouse and see that stadium in Chicago, and maybe get a little more hungry to get to the big leagues, and hopefully they'll come back with some hunger that they didn't have before. And they work pretty hard, so they do have a lot of hunger, but every edge is necessary to get to the big leagues. Only the great players play up there, and hopefully they'll become one of them.
It's incredible that these guys are the best of the best at this level, the high A level. How much of a difference really is there between the best of the best here and then when you get to even the average players that make the major leagues?
Well, it's I always say, you see it all the time, if you have talent, you have talent. It doesn't matter if you're an A-ball, it doesn't matter if you're in the major leagues. There's plenty of A-ball players right now that have more talent than major league players right now. It's just a matter of honing that talent, being able to display consistently, day in and day out, being confident enough to go out there and not worry about making mistakes with that talent, and just realizing that God blessed you with the ability to do it, and so I'm going to go out there and do the best I can. And there really isn't a whole lot of difference talent-wise. A lot of it's when you get to that level, at the big league level, it's confidence and just being able to repeat over and over and over what you've been blessed with the talent to do.
If there's any one thing you could pass along to these guys today, what would it be?
Have some fun. I always think that you'll remember this time, so have a good time with it. Realize that this isn't the top where you want to be, but it's a stop along the way, and it's a fun stop, and it's just another climbing step up the ladder to where they want to be, and that's in the big leagues.
And that was Quakes manager Bobby Meacham, who's coaching the California League All-Stars today. We appreciate Meach stopping by. Dave Scosa, my partner in the ball games tonight, is going to have an interview with Dave Clark when we come back on the All-Star Game Radio Network.
Hey, you. I bet you think life's pretty perfect, don't you? Just kicking back, listening to the Quakes game. But look around you. Your kitchen and bathroom needs top-to-bottom cleaning. Your floors need mopping, and your walls need washing. Your place is a mess. You need to call Made Perfect now. They do all this stuff and more. Write down their number. It's 909-625-7939. That's 909-625-7939. They do total cleaning services for commercial and residential accounts. Made Perfect. Your life made perfect.
Before the first pitch, we all stand for the national anthem and a salute to our flag. This season, show your pride by flying the Stars and Stripes. Signorama features a great assortment of flags for your home or office. They also have sticker decals and magnetic sign flags for windows, your car, truck, or anywhere else in your home. It's Signorama, reminding you that freedom is never free. Support our troops by flying the American flag.
Around here, folks take pride in their landscape. They know a beautiful yard starts with the right materials. And around here, people like to do it themselves. That's why they rely on Haven Building Materials. Haven features a winning lineup of blocks, cement, rocks, sand, and gravel, everything you need for your landscape. And they deliver, too. Folks in the know rely on Haven. They have since 1978. And you can, too. Just stop by Haven Building Materials at 9393 Haven Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga.
Hey, you. I bet you think life's pretty perfect, don't you? Just kicking back, listening to the Quakes game. But look around you. Your kitchen and bathroom need top-to-bottom cleaning. Your floors need mopping, and your walls need washing. Your place is a mess. You need to call Made Perfect now. They do all this stuff and more. Write down their number. It's 909-625-7939. That's 909-625-7939. They do total cleaning services for commercial and residential accounts. Made Perfect. Your life made perfect.
Apologize for all the technical difficulties that we're having with the broadcast this evening. We still haven't completely figured it out, so bear with us as far as any problems that have to do with any of the sound quality. But as is, Dave Scozen and Rob Render, we're back at the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California, ready to bring you the 2003 Century 21 California League versus Carolina League All-Star game. This is a team that obviously in the Carolina League has a lot of pitching talent, whereas on the other side of the California Californian. A ton of offense, and Bobby Meacham, the manager for the California League, will do his best, Dave, to get everybody in, as well as on the other side with Lynchburg manager Dave Clark, who's managing the Carolina folks today. I know for all these players, we were mentioning during the pregame show how exciting it is for them to get down here and be able to catch an all-star game, but specifically to be able to play, that's obviously more important than anything else.
Especially, you take a look at it from the standpoint of the starters. I mean, these are the guys who, by the respective league, were actually voted by their peers, their managers, and the general managers within the league, that they are the best and they're perceived to be the best. And then you fill in the blanks from there on out. And I think in the case of both managers, it's just taking a look at who were some of the other top vote getters, and on top of that, who statistically may have been overlooked by everybody by and large that should be on this team. So, I mean, especially to be a starter, that's something that's really special for all these guys.
No question about it. We'll see the leading vote getter for the California League, Stephen Shell, on the mound tonight, and he'll throw probably the first 2 innings, and then we'll see everybody else pretty much as far as the pitchers go with 1 inning apiece down the stretch. Let's pass along the Red Roof Inn starting lineup for the Carolina League All-Stars. Red Roof Inn, red knows the road. The second baseman, Rudy Young, going to lead things off. He is the minor league leader in stolen bases with 41. The center fielder, Nate McLeod, plays the number 2 hole. The catcher, Ryan Dowman, is at third. The DH is Chris Shelf, no back cleanup. Luke Scott, the left fielder, is fifth. First baseman, Mike Huggins, is in the number 6 hole. Andy Marquis is playing third base and batting 7th. Right fielder, Woody Clifford, will bat 8th. And the shortstop, Tony Pena, will hit 9th. Defensively for the California League, Nick Gorno is in left. Greg Jacobs plays center. Josh Kroger in right. DJ Raimundo plays third base. JJ Permaniak is shortstop. Joshua Barfield is second. Jason Bobson first. And Jeff Mathis doing the catching for Stephen Shell, a battery of Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The home plate umpire tonight is Steve Fritz. All these umpires, by the way, are from the California League. The first base umpire is Todd Waters. Brandon Leopoldis is second base. And John Brammer is at third. The California League is in the home white jerseys. They have a bunch of stars all over the jersey tops. The teams are wearing their regular pants that they would wear during the season for their respective ball clubs. But, of course, everybody is in the white pants. On the other side, the Carolina League folk are in their gray pants with a blue jersey top. They also have white stars and red sleeves. Huge crowd is on hand, and I'll tell you what, it will be a lot of fun.
It will be. Something else, the one distinctive factor for each of these players is they're on the field tonight. They're actually wearing their own team caps. These are uniforms that are going to be auctioned off once we get along later into the evening after they're signed by each of the players, but the caps are the way you tell who is usually playing for who.
Let's head to batting. Rudy Yan leads things off and takes the fastball for a call strike. The All-Star game gets underway at 7:34 in the evening. So Stephen Shell on the mound, leads for the couple of frames. 6'5", 190-pounder out of Clayburn, Texas. The 0-1 to Yan. Fastball missing in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shell during the regular season, 6-5, 15 appearances, 14 starts. A very impressive ERA of 3.30. At third base, G.J. Raimundo, a Stockton Ford, is in on the grass. Has the breaking ball, misses low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Shell's fastball will range anywhere from 88 to about 93. He's peaked at 95 a couple of times this year. He has a very good curveball, a slider, and a changeup to go with it. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball strike over the outside corner, 2-2. Stephen Shell, a third-round pick in 2001. He's from El Reno High School, which is in the state of Oklahoma. A guy whose numbers this year have been really pushed higher because of his excellent control. And a breaking ball is over the outside corner. Strike 3 called on Rudy Yan. That's a good start for Shell.
Excellent example of that excellent control that you were just speaking of. I mean, he put the ball right where he wanted it to be. And like you said, even in an all-star game like this, these guys are coming out to play.
Shell this year, with 1 complete game, a shutout. He's thrown 95 in his third inning, given up 81 hits, walked 10. Here's left-handed batting Nate McLeod. He takes the fastball for a call strike at the knees. 0-1. By the way, I want to mention, I know I brought up an umpire's names. They are all all-stars as well. These are the best umpires from the California League this year, according to the league office. The line goes Shell, the 0-1. Fastball missing inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nate McLeod, 5'11", 173-pounder, ton of speed. Plays for the Lynchburg Hillcats of the Carolina League. That is a Pittsburgh Pirates affiliate. Taken by the Pirates in the 25th round back in 2000. The 1-1 is hit in the air to center field, fairly deep, but a routine play for Greg Jacobs. Back a couple of strides, and he makes the catch, 2 out. Good start for Steven Shell, 2 up and 2 retired, and Ryan Dowman will bat next.
There you see Nate McLeod, Ryan Dowman, and Chris Shelton. 2, 3, and 4 in his lineup, all Lynchburg Hillcats, put there by their manager, Dave Clark, who is the manager for the Carolina League team. Usually Nate McLeod, he mentioned he has a lot of speed. He's the usual leadoff man for the Hillcats during the regular season.
Ryan Dowman is a guy that obviously the Pirates like quite a bit. He's on their 25-man roster, 6', 200-pounder from Moses Lake, Washington. And the breaking ball is over the outside corner, 0-1. Dowman batting .280 on the season. 20 doubles, 6 home runs, 45 driven in. And if you compare those numbers to some of these California League All-Stars, you think, well, okay, that's okay, but it's nothing special. In the Carolina League, it is. Broken back grounder towards shortstop, picked up by Permaniak, and he throws him out. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Steven Shell. Strikeout of Jan, a fly out on McLeod, and now the ground out of Dowman. We have completed 1/2 inning from the Epicenter at Rancho Cucamonga. It's the Carolina League nothing, and here come the California League All-Stars right after this.
From May 31st through June 1st, Laughlin, Nevada will be overrun with fast, loud boats. It's the Laughlin River Day, and it's 2 days of racing and several classes of speedboats, the Cracker Box boats, Grand Nationals, and more. These boats can reach up to 110 miles per hour and 4 Gs of pressure. For all you non-jet pilots, we'd like to show you what 4 Gs feels like. Our volunteer Roger will help us. Roger, begin with the teeth chattering. This is 1 G. Faster, man, faster. This is 2 Gs. Pick up the pace, Roger. This is 3 Gs. Faster. Break those teeth if you have to. This is it. We have reached 4 Gs. This is what it feels like to be inside the boat. Oh, my mouth broke. Yes, bonus. This is what it feels like to crash at 4 Gs. Now you know how fast these boats get. So be thankful you'll only be watching from the shore. For more information about the Laughlin River Days, please call 1-800-227-5245 or go to visitlaughlin.com. Oh.
If you are a real estate agent, listen up. Express Printing in Chino is your marketing friend. Visit realestatecopies.com and create your marketing tool. Color flyers for 39 cents, color postcards, everything you need at realestatecopies.com. Send them your files or use their template. They will produce your materials and ship them next day free of charge. Express Printing in Chino, family owned for 20 years, brings you realestatecopies.com, the real estate agent's marketing partner.
No score as we go to the home half of the first inning. Here is the River Pit starting lineup for the California League. Gathright, Jacobs, and Barfield the top 3 today. Jason Bob hitting cleanup. Then it's Jeff Mathis, Nick Gordo, G.J. Raymundo, Josh Kroger hitting 8th, and J.J. Permaniak batting 9th. They will be up against hard-throwing left-hander Ryan Wing. Wing from Riverside City College, so he's a local guy born in Corona. 6'2", 170-pounder, a second-round pick in 2001. First pitch on the way to Joey Gathright is grounded foul at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. The defense for the Carolina League has Luke Scott in left field, Nate McLeod in center, Woody Clifford's in right, Andy Marquis at third, Tony Pena at shortstop, Rudy Yan at second base, Mike Huggins in first, and Dowman doing the catching for Ryan Wing. Wing is one of the 3 all-star pitchers from the Winston-Salem Warthogs, a white-hot Sox chain. This ball's grounded to third. Easy play for Marquis, fields it well and throws it out. We've seen 4 batters in the ball game, and all 4 have been retired by the solid pitching of Shell and now Ryan Wing. Wing, 8-2 on the season, 14 starts, an extremely impressive ERA of 1.67. 80 and 2/3 innings, only 47 hits allowed. 22 runs, 15 of them earned. He has struck out 58 and walked 36. Here is Inland Empire 66er Greg Jacobs. Jacobs, an all-star at the age of 26. He's been a Quake before. He's also been a Lancaster Jethawk in this league, both as a pitcher. And he swings right through a slider, no balls and 1 strike. Jacobs batting .335 for the season with Inland Empire. He's an Anaheim, California native, right down the road, and he went to Cal State Fullerton. To the line goes Wing, the 0-1. Fastball missing low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Wing winning his last 4 decisions with Winston-Salem, as well as his first 3, hence the 8-2 record. This is a guy who features a very good slider. The 1-1, there's the slider. It's hit in the air to left field. Luke Scott barely has to move, and he puts it away.
You mentioned that Wing is obviously the starting pitcher tonight, and he's got some excellent numbers on the season. Winston-Salem won their division in the first half of the season. No doubt that Wing was a big part of that, winning his last 4 starts down the stretch. Winston-Salem with the second-best pitching staff in the Carolina League here at the All-Star break. Wilmington a little bit better. Their ERA is just a couple of points lower.
Josh Barfield digs in of the Lake Elsinore Storm. That's the Padres affiliate, and he takes a changeup for a call strike. Josh and his father Jesse were both a big part of our All-Star luncheon today at the Hilton. The fastball misses outside. They appeal, and no swing to Tom Waters, the umpire at the first base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. In that luncheon, Bobby Gridge, who was supposed to attend, unfortunately couldn't make it. So an impromptu visit by Jesse Barfield. We did an interview with him. He was fantastic as Josh swings through a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Josh, a very different build to that of his father. Jesse's a big guy, about 6'5". Josh is 6 foot, 185. Spring, Texas. 4th round pick in 2001. The 1-2 hit on the ground foul, and we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, welcome to the broadcast. We're in the home half of the first inning of the 2003 Century 21 All-Star game. The Carolina League against the California League. We have no scores. We play the home half of the first because Stephen Shell was fantastic in the top half, a 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, just missed outside.
Other than that pitch there, dropped by the catcher Dowman. Brian Wing has been fantastic here in the bottom of the first inning. Funny we had such an exciting home run derby just a few minutes ago with everything going right down to the end of one of the Quakes in the finals. Now we get a pitcher's duel here in the first inning.
As this ball fouled back, 2 balls and 2 strikes, still the count to Josh Barfield. On deck is Jason Boss. You mentioned, that was a fantastic pitcher's duel. And then, of course, the home run derby with Nick Dorneau competing against Luke Scott. And went to a 3rd round. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball missing low, and the count now on Barfield is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We were trying to get on the air at that point, so trying to figure out who won that thing was a bit of a pain. But eventually we were given the news. The 3-2 on the way. Hit in the air to right field, going back on this one. Woody Clifford racing to the warning track, and it's over his head, and a 1 off the wall. Josh Barfield turns first, and he'll pull up at second base with a stand-up double.
And Barfield went opposite field that time. In this game, that's a huge hit because you're going to see fresh pitchers all night, and we can see why they had extra innings last year in a game like this one. Now, here is a very tall switch hitter that's played well for the first half champs in the Northern Division of the California League. It's Jason Bott.
Yeah, Jason Bott is as big as they will ever get. He's 6'6", 245. Another Southern California guy from Paso Robles, 46th round pick in '99. He went to Glendale Community College. That's about 25 minutes from here. He's batting from the right side, and a breaking ball misses in. It actually hit him. It caught him on the right shin. Jason Bott with a hit by pitch, and all of a sudden runners at first and second base with 2 outs. Well, Rancho Cucamonga Quakes catcher Jeff Mathis. Mathis is a guy that not only has put up fantastic numbers during the first half of the season, but he is also one of the best leaders of any player, anywhere, at any level. A guy who runs this team, whether it's on the field or off the field. And I know a lot of the pitchers, especially the 2 guys that are here with the Quakes, Santana and Shell, really look up to him as being a guy that can lead them to the promised land. Right-handed batter, the first pitch is swung on and missed. That was a mighty cut. No balls, 1 strike. Brian Wing is a guy that doesn't throw that deep into games. He's only gone 7+ innings 2 times this year. But no runs allowed in 4 of his 14 appearances. That's how good he's been. Resides in Murrieta, California, just south of here. And a breaking ball fouled away, no balls and 2 strikes.
And the fact that he doesn't usually throw deep into games isn't always indicative of his own personal stamina. A lot of times it's dictated by the major league organization. For example, Stockton in the California League, they limit their starters to about 4 innings. They pitch about every 4 days in that 8-man rotation they have with the Texas Rangers.
And each team determines how far they go at the big league level. He comes set, looks at the runners, the 0-2. Breaking ball, misses low and outside. The count of 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jeff Mathis. On deck is another Rancho Cucamonga Quake, Nick Dorneau. Left-handed batters this year against Mr. Wing, batting 149. The righty's not much better, 181. almost unhittable all season long.
Almost.
Yeah, pretty much. The outfield straightaway, the 1-2 missing low and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Almost makes you wonder why he's still here.
Yeah, that's very true. In April this year, Dave, 4 starts, an ERA of 0.38. In May, it was 1.95. In June, it's 3.70. As the season goes on, you figure the numbers will get a little bit worse, but you can only go down from there. The 2-2 is fouled back, and Jeff Mathis stays alive. You look at Wing's home numbers when he pitches at a pretty decent pitcher ballpark in Winston-Salem. They have fences that go up about 30 feet all the way around. His record at home is 5-1. He's made 7 starts, ERA of 1.73. As compared to on the road, 3-1 in 7 starts, an ERA of 1.67. I don't care about the wall. It doesn't matter. Keep the ball down. The 2-2. This is low. Just stopped by down at the catcher. And now the count full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's an opportunity for the California League to put some pressure on the defense of the Carolina. They'll start the runners here with 2 outs. Now Barfield is second and Jason Botts is first. Now this is really a game where you figure that it's either offense for the Carolina League that's going to win, defense, and pitching for the Carolina folks. 3-2. This is low and in for ball 4. Well, all this offense coming with 2 outs. Josh Barfield started it off with a double. He's now at third. Jason Botts hit by a pitch, goes to second. And now Jeff Mathis on at first. The base is loaded for Nick Gorneau.
Nick Gorneau, the finalist in the home run derby just a little while ago. He got down to the last round. You mentioned an extra round. They only had 2 outs, and he hit a couple of base hits. Not obviously good enough for a home run, so let's see if he can make up for it here with the bases full for the Cal League.
Ryan Wing will pitch out of the full windup. He goes into it. The pitch to Gorneau. Hit in the air to left center field and deep, but playable. Luke Scott moving to his right. Instead, it will be Nate McLeod, the center fielder, and he makes the catch. That retires the side. But Ryan Wing got into trouble and battled out of it, stranding 3. We head to the second, no score on the California League, Carolina League All-Star Radio Network.
Some things never change. The crack of the bat and all the junk food you can eat. It's no wonder baseball is America's favorite pastime. At Vineyard Bank, we're proud to be a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes sponsor. We're also proud to be a part of this thriving city and our commitment to help families and local businesses realize their dreams. We are the fastest growing financial institution in the Inland Empire, and with good reason. Vineyard Bank is making its mark in the community because we understand your needs and care about your future. Our creativity, ingenuity, and flexibility has attracted new customers who truly appreciate great customer service and a productive banking relationship. Take a closer look at your hometown bank and our attractive deposit and lending opportunities. Bank with us and enjoy peace of mind in knowing your finances are secure. Call Vineyard Bank today at 800-442-4996 and check us out. In the meantime, let's play ball.
Hi, this is voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Rob Brender. I enjoy my job and all, but sometimes I even need to get away. Let me tell you about a little place called Laughlin, Nevada. You don't need a major league salary to enjoy it. It's got great hotels, lively entertainment, and exciting Colorado River action for a reasonable price. You trust me to bring you great sports coverage, so trust me that this is a great spot to visit. For more information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or click on visitlaughlin.com. Laughlin, Nevada. Play the way you like it.
We go to the top half of the second inning from the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California. The Carolina League nothing, the California League nothing. Rob Brender along with Steve Rosen. I am the broadcaster for the Quakes on both side bases. Received by Celia Oaks out of the North Division of the California League. And all funded by Celia. It's playing pretty well right now, aren't they?
Actually, we did, as you know full well, after the Oaks swept the Quakes last week. But, yeah, Visalia, actually, they had an 8-0 lead on Sunday and blew that one. But that ended a 6-game winning streak. Team still won 14 out of 7 overall. So even though they were third in their division in the first half, that's why both of these leagues play 2 halves to see if some other teams can come around.
Chris Shelton, the cleanout man, a designated hitter for the Carolina League, going to lead things off, and he takes the fastball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Shelton is putting up huge numbers to the tune of a .347 average and 14 home runs. The 1-0 was a breaking ball, and it almost came out of his socks right there as he swung right through it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shelton, also of the Lynchburg Hillcats, so we're seeing a lot of their representatives, a New York Penn League All-Star in 2001, and last year a South Atlantic League All-Star. As he takes a breaking ball for a call strike, 1-2. So this is the guy that's obviously used to this a little bit, although I don't think you ever really can get used to it. A lot of fun all the time. And a wonderful young man. I had the chance to speak with him a little bit at the luncheon. The 1-2, breaking ball hit toward right field and shallow. Coming in quickly is Kroger, and it will fall in front of him for a bloop hit. So Chris Shelton has the first hit for the Carolina League. It comes to lead off the second inning, and that'll bring up Luke Scott. Now, sometimes when Steven Shell is painting corners, which is something he does quite often, it's a matter of just getting on base any way you can. Obviously, bloop hits will happen. You'll take them.
And it figures that these two guys are the most likely to get on base. We've got the guy at the plate now, Luke Scott, that won the home run derby. And Shelton, you mentioned his average, 347, leads the league. He leads the league in home runs, and he's fifth in RBI.
Luke Scott, a left-handed batter, and he grounds one foul at the first base side. No balls and one strike. Shelton, the guy that may have a ton of power, may have a very good average, but he certainly doesn't run very well. 0 for 3 in steals this year, and stole just one bag last year. So certainly the Quakes will, or I beg your pardon, the California League will hold him on here.
Careful now.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of forgetting where I am. Well, actually, I know where I am. Forget what teams are on the field. Breaking ball for a call strike over the outside corner. Nothing can do the count to Luke Scott. Obviously, this is a bit of a separation for us. We're used to doing California League games on a regular basis. You come here, get the treat of seeing the All-Stars from two different leagues. But I'm at my home stadium. Kind of surprising.
And I'm far away from home.
Yes, you are. As the fastball misses inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Luke Scott, a 9th round pick in 2001. He went to Oklahoma State. So he and Steven Shell may know each other. Shell, although did not go to college, he still grew up in Oklahoma. A well-known prospect as a high schooler. The 1-2 on the way. Fastball missing outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Mike Huggins. Luke Scott batting .278 for the season. Last year, played for Kinston as well, and he would hit just .239. So certainly a big improvement. There are a lot of players for both teams that have that kind of improvement. We'll go into that a little bit later. Shell's 2-2 offering. Fastball missing just outside. Now the count full with nobody out. We saw J.J. Fermaniak batting 9th in the lineup today for the Californians. Dan Ugla, who we'll see later as a replacement. 2 guys who last year, to be frank, put up numbers that were not all-star caliber. This year, all of a sudden, they have really turned things around, and they're here. Shell peaks at first base. The runner goes. 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to first. Picked up on 1 hop by Box. He has only 1 play. And goes to the first base bag in time. 3 unassisted. And down to second base goes Chris Shelton.
0 for 3 in stolen bases, but it's his base running that keeps the Carolina League out of a double play right there and sets up an RBI opportunity for Mike Huggins.
Mike Huggins, 6'3", 215. He's not small. There are a lot of guys from both teams, I'll tell you what, that are even bigger than him. We already mentioned earlier Jason Bott. Huggins, big Texas from San Antonio. 13th round pick last year. He's in the Baltimore organization. He plays for Frederick. .315 batting average for the season. Pretty good power. 7 home runs. 44 driven in. The pitch to him. Hit in the air right center field and deep. A late break for Jacobs, racing back near the warning track, and he'll be cut off by the right fielder Kroger, who makes the catch. Tagging up and heading down to third is Shelton, and he will reach without a play. So fly out 9. Runner at third, but now 2 outs. To the plate, Andy Marti. It's tough to go the other way and have a lot of success at this ballpark. The home runs that are typically hit here are down each line. So if you're going to homer, usually you want to pull the baseball. And action will get started already for the California League in the left field bullpen. As we mentioned, this will be the second and final inning on the night for Steven Shell. And pretty soon action will also get started for the Carolina folks. Breaking ball, line drive to left field. That one's going to land for a base hit and roll toward the wall. The run is in, heading for second base, Andy Marti, and he is in there standing with an RBI double. It's 1-0 Carolina League. Andy Marti has 25 doubles during the regular season this year. So a guy who knows all about second base. He also has 35 runs batted in. He makes the count here in the All-Star game. The first run of the ball game comes across. Here's the top half of the second inning.
Bobby Bystrowski, the right-hander, the lone representative for the High Desert Mavericks on the California League All-Star team, is the one warming up in the bullpen.
Here's left-handed batting Woody Clifford, and he looks at a fastball for a call strike at the knees. Clifford's another California guy from West Hills. Second-round pick in 2001. He went to school at Pepperdine. His high school team, El Camino High School, would win the LA City Championships in 97 and again in 98. The 0-1, line drive towards center field for a base hit as he broke his bat. Rounding third, heading on to score is Andy Marti. And the California League's in trouble. They already trail it 2-0. Woody Clifford has 34 runs batted in during the regular season, playing for the Frederick Keys. And Stephen Shell is running into some problems after that very good first inning where he got the side in order. Once again, a lot of two-out offense. Goes to show that with the talent in both of these lineups, it doesn't matter how many outs there are. You obviously are going to have a threat at any point. And here comes Tony Pena. Pena from Myrtle Beach, the Pelicans. That's out of the Atlanta Braves chain, a team that's known a little bit more for its pitching. He's a shortstop, and he lines this one to right center field over his Greg Jacobs, and it will land in front of him for a hit. Rounding second and not stopping there, Clifford. The throw to third not in time, and down to second goes Tony Pena. Good hustle. That's a single for Pena, and then second base on the throw. So now it's second and third and 2 outs. It's 3 consecutive hits for the Carolina League. And they go back to the top of the order for Rudy Young.
Greg Jacobs throwing through to third base. Shortstop J.J. Fermaniak let that ball go by as opposed to cutting it off. And so now there are 2 in scoring position for the Carolina League.
Rudy Young struck out his first time up. The only strikeout on the board thus far for Shell. The pitch to him, breaking ball missing low. It gets between the legs of the catcher Mathis, but not far enough for any advance. So Clifford remains at third and Pena at second base. It all started with a leadoff single for Chris Shelton. A harmless ground out and a fly out by Huggins. It looked as though the threat would be extinguished, but all of a sudden 3 consecutive hits. It was 2-0 Carolina. This ball hit in the air to left field. Routine play for Nick Gorneau. Now he goes back a couple of steps, and he makes the catch. The side is retired. But a good inning for the Carolina League. They sent 7 batters to the plate. They pick up 2 runs on 4 hits. They strand a pair. After 1.5 innings from the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California, the Carolina League 2 and the California League nothing.
The Mossy Plaza on in Rancho Cucamonga is home to some of the finest cuisine in the Inland Empire. Come enjoy a taste of Japan like you never have experienced before at Wabi Sabi, offering a full sushi bar and hibachi grill. Go south of the border and enjoy the best Mexican food in town at Felipe's Tanqueria. Feel like you're floating down a river in Venice as you bite into a pizza at Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurant, the new home for the Quakes radio postgame show after every Wednesday home game. Sit back and watch that night's big games as you drink microbrew beer and try one of the best burgers in Rancho at Compass Creek. There's nothing like good barbecue, and Woody's makes it happen. And if you're looking for that late-night meal, stop by Denny's for everything from breakfast to dinner and at any time of the day. All of this can be found at the Mossy Plaza, the place to dine in Rancho Cucamonga on Foothill Boulevard, located right next to the epicenter.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Left-hander Ryan Wing back to the mound for the Carolina League as we head to the home half of the second inning in the 2003 Century 21 All-Star Game. The California League will have the bottom third in its lineup, G.J. Raymundo, Josh Kroger, and then J.J. Fermaniak. The Carolina League able to put up 2 runs on 4 hits in the top half of this frame. RBI hits from Andy Marti with a double, and then an RBI single right after that from Woody Clifford. All those runs and all those hits coming against Stephen Shell, who I can tell you is done for today. So Shell goes 2 innings. He gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He struck out 1, did not walk the batter, and zeros the rest of the way. We will see Bobby Bystrowski next. Let's see if the California League can get things going with the offense. G.J. Raymundo is the perfect guy to do it. Raymundo having a big year for the Stockton Ports. That is a Texas Rangers affiliate. Raymundo, I'm sure, has to think, what cap am I wearing on a daily basis? Right-handed batter, and he takes the fastball for a call strike. Raymundo, originally a draft choice in the 13th round of the 99 entry draft by the Royals. And signed by the Angels as a free agent in 99. He signed by Cincinnati as a free agent in 2001. And then at the end of last year, he signed with the Texas Rangers. The 0-1. Fastball missing high, 1 ball on strike.
After all that, it adds up to this being his third year in the California League, and this so far statistically has been his best year for a while. The first couple months of the season, he was leading the league in hitting.
As the 1-1 is fouled back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Then a car accident didn't it?
Yeah, kept him out for a couple of days. He was in, they called it a minor accident on his way to the ballpark for a road trip, but he didn't play that entire series the following weekend in Visalia. This is a guy, though, he's been here in Rancho Cucamonga. Last year he was with Stockton, even though it was with a different parent club.
As he swings right through a high fastball, that's the first strikeout for Ryan Wing. Went out here in the second inning for Josh Kroger. Yes, with a different parent club, and then he stays in the same town to play for Stockton again this year. So that's a nice feeling up here for him to basically stay at home. Oldest California, which isn't very far from Stockton. His family lives here in California, just about all of them still. So GJ playing in front of a lot of hometown fans today.
Last year, Stockton, a Cincinnati Reds affiliate, so the folks out in Potomac missed out on the chance to see him this year.
Josh Kroger's a left-handed batter. He plays for the Lancaster Jethawks. He takes a breaking ball for a call strike, 0-1. Kroger born in Davenport, Iowa, but as a youngster he moved to San Diego. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Another good breaking ball from Ryan Wing. Boy, he looks good out there. No balls, 2 strikes. Kroger went to Scripps High School in San Diego. He was an All-American as a senior there. Then an Arizona League All-Star in 2000 after he was picked in the 4th round. The 0-2 hit on the ground to shortstop. Routine play for Tony Pena, but he bobbles momentarily, recovers, and still throws out Josh Kroger. 6-3. And that's 3 in a row retired by Ryan Wing. 2 outs in second for the 9th place batter, J.J. Permaniak. So one more thing about G.J. Raymundo. He is one of the more well-liked guys. I don't think anyone dislikes him. I've never heard of one person saying that word.
Yeah, you watched him down on the field right before the home run derby. He was taking his teammates from Stockton, a couple of other guys, Matt Bowser from Modesto, some of his newfound teammates, and having his dad take pictures of them together out on the field. So everybody does seem to like him.
As this ball's line fouling out of play by J.J. Permaniak. Permaniak of the Lake Elsinore Storm. 3rd in the league in hits, 2nd in triples, 3rd in runs scored. A fastball catches the outside corner, 0-2. A chance at a very quick inning for Ryan Wing, who has 75 friends and family members at the ball game tonight. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, just missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Permaniak is from Bolingbrook, Illinois. 23rd round pick. Last year, he had 257. This year, he's at 326. And he swings through a high fastball, down he goes. A 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Wing with a pair of strikeouts mixed in. The California League trails at 2-0 as we go to the 3rd.
Welcome to What's Your Excuse? Where contestants try to stump me with their best excuses. Please welcome Sandy.
Hi.
Sandy says she never eats breakfast, so what's your excuse?
Breakfast is boring.
Oh, but Sandy, McDonald's has tons of fresh variety. Like the Egg McMuffin, breakfast bagels, even a deluxe breakfast platter with just about everything.
There's no time.
McDonald's is quick and right around the corner.
Cost too much?
Oh, sorry, Sandy. Everyone knows McDonald's is the best value in town, and you're out of time. Good night, everybody.
McDonald's, we love to use time. At participating restaurants, bring breakfast cards only.
Giving hope to over 20,000 people in need every year, Hope Through Housing Foundation helps people make lifelong changes in themselves, their families, and their communities. Hope provides the tools and resources people need to make new lives for themselves, after-school programs for youth, career development programs for adults, health and wellness programs for seniors, right where people live, and low-income communities where the need is the greatest. Please join us in making a difference in the life of a child, a family, and the life of communities. For more information about Hope, please call 888-917-6225, extension 122, or visit us at hopethroughhousing.org. Hope, enriching lives and empowering communities.
Welcome back to the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga. The Carolina League 2 and the California League 0. Here to bring you the play-by-play action for the next 4 innings. This is
make it sound so scary throwing that big 4 innings out there. 2-0, as you said, Carolina League in front. New pitcher for the California League is Bobby Wiestrowski. And we mentioned that Wiestrowski is the lone representative for the High Desert Mavericks, or the Milwaukee Brewers affiliate in the California League. He is tied for 4th in the league with 11 saves coming in to the All-Star break. And here in this inning, he's going to be facing Nate McClough, Ryan Dalmat, and Chris Shelton, the 3 Lynchburg Hillcats who are in the starting lineup. 2, 3, and 4 in the Carolina League lineup. And in the first inning, McClough, fly ball out to center field. Left-handed hitter against the right-handed Wiestrowski, and the first pitch is popped up to left field. Moving over is Gorneau. He will get under it and make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third inning for the Carolina League. Ryan Dalmat, the catcher, up next. He grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning against Stephen Shell, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes pitcher who started this game. Went a couple of innings, gave up the 2 runs on 4 hits. All of the hits and runs coming last inning, just 1 extra base hit. That was Andy Marty's double that drove in a run. Dalmat, a switch hitter, batting left-handed, and he takes a called strike.
You know, Dave, Dalmat's another guy who was an all-star before year 2000 in the New York Penn League. He played for Williamsport, hit .313.
0-1 pitch on the way, and this is a strike called on the inside corner. You talked before about Shell finding his spots very effectively. It looks like Wiestrowski's been able to do that in the early going of his outing here.
And no question about it. Wiestrowski's a guy that throws pretty hard, but also has a very good slider.
0-2 pitch. That one just missed a little bit. Maybe too high, we'll say that time.
Yeah, it's an exhibition game, so one way or another, strike zones expand and contract.
Hey, it's the all-star umpiring crew. They know what they're doing. Steve Fritz behind the plate tonight. 1-2 pitch is too low. That was a pretty well-defined 2 balls and 2 strikes. For a guy like Wiestrowski, this has to be an especially exciting event. He's playing for a High Desert Mavericks team which finished last in their division in the first half of the season. They're off to a slow start, 2-4 in the second half. And tonight, it's a different type of atmosphere as he throws called strike 3 over the outside corner to get Dalmat. And there's 2 away in the third inning with no one on base. Chris Shelton coming up next.
Wiestrowski on the year is 0-2, Dave. He's got an ERA of 4.40, 11 saves, which leads the High Desert Mavericks, 26 total appearances. Struck out 23 in 28 2 third innings. This is the guy that's only been a pitcher now for a couple of years.
Wiestrowski looking in against the right-handed hitting cleanup man who scored the first run for the Carolina League last inning after leading off with a base hit, and he takes the called strike on the outside part of the plate. Now, you mentioned his ERA is over 4. You got to keep that in perspective also. We talked about as the 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike, 0-2. This might turn out to be a quick inning. Ryan Wing of Winston-Salem, you know, he's got that very small earned run average on one of the top pitching staffs in the Carolina League. High Desert's pitching staff, a team ERA of 6.44. There's a swing and a miss by Shelton at a pitch that was about 6 inches above his eyelashes. And so, Wiestrowski had it working right there, and he makes quick work of the Carolina League in the third. Bottom of the third inning coming up. It's the Carolina League 2, the California League, nothing.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
It's determination and a drive to be the very best that separates a champion from second place. At SOS Mobile Welding, they drive to offer you the very best in commercial and residential welding and repair. They are determined to be the ones you trust for quality wrought iron gates and business, security pins, rolling and swing gates, and custom fabrication. Need repairs? No problem. Just call SOS Mobile Welding. They provide 24-hour emergency mobile service, and no job is too small. SOS Mobile Welding at 818-406-6658.
Welcome back to the Century 21 All-Star Game in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Carolina League leading the California League All-Stars 2-0 as we move on to the bottom of the third inning. There are now 4 Lynchburg Hillcats in the game for the Carolina League. Ian Oquendo is the newest addition to this lineup, as there's 3 position players for the Hillcats on. Oquendo is the pitcher replacing the starter, Ryan Wing. 2 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Both of the Ks in the second inning. Oquendo will be facing the leadoff man from the Bakersfield Blaze, Joey Gathright, then Greg Jacobs and Josh Barfield. And the first pitch here in the bottom of the third is inside for ball 1 against Gathright, the left-handed hitter.
Ian Oquendo's a guy in the Pirates chain that's ranked as their number 10 prospect.
Next pitch, a fastball low, 2 balls and no strike.
And he's known mostly today for his curveball. According to Baseball America, the best curveball in the Pirates system right now. That's a Mayball guy. He's also the first Pirates minor leaguer to win his first 13 decisions between 2000 and 2002.
Check swing by Gathright up into the net to the left of home plate. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You want to hear about a decent winning percentage, Dave? His career winning percentage, 784, 29-8.
Not too many guys that can say that very deep into their careers. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gathright. Joey Gathright made a quick exit in the first inning against the starter Ryan Wing, grounded out to third. So 0 for 1 tonight, but this is a guy with a lot of speed, usually the center fielder for Bakersfield. 2-2 pitch, and he lines this one into right field, and by a dive, it's caught in right field by Clifford. 1 out in the third inning. What a play by Woody Clifford, the right fielder for the Carolina League.
Yeah, that is about as good as it gets, and obviously these All-Stars are here to play, whether it's offense or defense. Obviously All-Star games are known as more of offensive shows, but Clifford's displayed right there that he wants to play hard no matter where he is.
Hey, don't forget about Torrey Hunter in the big league All-Star game last year, robbing Barry Bonds of that home run. Yeah, Clifford just came in pretty much on a dead sprint and made a head-first dive towards the infield and came up with that one to Rob Gathright. Here's Greg Jacobs. He flied out to left in the first inning. And he'll swing and foul one off over to the on-deck area for the California League third base side.
By the way, Ian Oquendo, New York Penn League All-Star back in 2001. And he also, in 2002, in 3 consecutive starts at one point without allowing a run on the 29th of July and then the 9th of August.
Next pitch misses inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oquendo, by the way, this year has taken no-hitters 3 different times past 5 innings. The guy that's almost unhittable.
It'll help give you that career winning percentage near 800. There's a pitch outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Greg Jacobs of the Inland Empire 66ers. Some people not familiar with the California League, or even some people who are a little bit confused. They're formerly the San Bernardino Stampede. There's a fly ball out of play on the third base side. That'll go up over the seats. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Jacobs, one of the few guys that can say that he went from being a decent pitcher to a very good hitter. Obviously turning his career around completely, released by the Angels organization. A guy who really thought his career would be over if it wasn't for his bat.
2-2 pitch, grounded on the left side. The shortstop, Pena, grabs it, throw to first a little high, but on the leap it's pulled down by Huggins, the first baseman. He lands on the bag, and that's 2 out in the third inning.
Very good play by Pena to run around that baseball. We're seeing some very good defensive shortstops in this game between the Maniac and Pena. They can really take it.
Josh Barfield, the second baseman, coming up next. He got the first hit in the game with a double off the base of the wall out in right field, going the opposite direction. Barfield, as you had talked about in the first inning, Rob, a San Diego Padre farmhand playing for the Lake Elsinore Storm. He takes a first pitch called strike from Oquendo. Barfield ended up stranded at third in the first inning when the Cal League left the bases loaded. Here's a ground ball sharply hit to second. At one knee, it's taken by Yan. Flings it over to first in time. They get Barfield by a couple of steps, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Oquendo. This is the Century 21 All-Star game between the Carolina League and the California League. We played 3 innings, 2-0 Carolina League.
Marrakesh Red, Copper Blush, Tuscan Clay. These are what the fashionistas in marketing have decided will be the trendy colors this year. And with a Ricoh color laser printer, anyone can afford spectacular, eye-catching color output. And like I've been telling you, it's all about the output. So break out of your pigmentally deprived pack and flash a little chromatic creativity. Call Ricoh. You'll find them in the Tunisian lemon pages.
Do you have uninvited house guests? No, not your in-laws. Pesky intruders like fleas, termites, and rats. Some pests can carry a health risk by spreading germs. You can protect your family, home, and pets by calling Victory Exterminating. They offer a complete pest control service and treat every home like it's their own. For free estimates, call 909-492-2069 or 626-331-7288. Victory Exterminating, proud to salute our armed forces fighting for freedom, both at home and abroad.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
On the mound for the California League as we begin the 4th inning in the Century 21 All-Star game is Ryan Ketchner, and this guy is quite a story. He is unable to hear, and they say that there are some very limited circumstances where that's a factor in baseball, and quite frankly, it's tough to think about. But it certainly has not affected at all the way that he has been able to pitch so far this season. He'll be going up against the Carolina League 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Luke Scott, Mike Huggins, and Andy Marti. And stepping in is Luke Scott, the home run derby champ. Hit a hard ground out to first base to start the second inning.
Now pitching for the California
League. And as we said, Ketchner is pitching for the California League.
Ryan Ketchner. And the batter for the
And speaking of pitchers, we are actually joined by one of the California League All-Star pitchers right now on this roster, who unfortunately is inactive, but there's a swing and a foul back to home plate by Luke Scott all the way to the backstop 0-1. Zach Parker, who is with the Visalia Oaks. He was named an All-Star initially, and then Zach, you missed a couple of starts, but how's the left elbow feeling right now?
Feels great. Pitched on Saturday, felt really good. They had me on the shorter pitch count than usual, so I didn't go too long, but it feels great.
Swing and a miss with a fastball from Ketchner to Luke Scott. 0-2 is the count. Now, you saw Ketchner pitch when the Oaks were playing in San Bernardino against the Inland Empire 66ers, and after this pitch here, tell us a little bit about what you saw out of this guy. There is a breaking ball that misses inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's crafty, and he's kind of, all his pitches are really, quality, big league pitch back when he pitched unbelievable good stuff. I think had a no-hitter for 5.
1-2 pitch, swung on, line foul down the right side. Will still be 1-2.
He's not really going to overpower you. He's got, pretty good fastball, but his curveball and his changeup and the command he has is exceptional.
1-2, as we said, is the count on Scott. And lefty against lefty, the next pitch curves into the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count goes even. Now, let's ask you from a player perspective. We've seen some pretty good defense in this game, especially out of the Carolina League. That lit the fire down in the California League dugout a little bit.
Well, the fire's definitely lit after Bobby came out 3-3 down. He came in, tried to get everybody fired up, and I think he did a pretty good job.
2 hits, just misses, maybe a little bit low there. 3 balls.
But he came in, got a couple strikeouts, I think, and then he came in and hollering and getting everybody fired up, trying to get back in there.
3-2 pitch hit well to center field. Moving back on it is Jacobs. He will make the catch over his shoulder on the run just before he crosses down to the warning track. One out. Yeah, 1 out in the fourth inning. Greg Jacobs. That's a good play there, helping out his teammates on the mound. Mike Huggins from the Frederick first baseman, 0 for 1. He flew out to right field in the second inning. He'll come up next. Right-handed batter. So you mentioned that Mike Krauske was real fired up when he came into the dugout, who at least on the California League side. The first pitch here is a called strike. Getting their 0-1 on Huggins. Who has been the most outgoing or off-the-wall player that you've run across here in the first day or so you've been in town?
I'm going to have to say Bobby. He got crazy, you know, hanging out with him last night at the free party, and today in the pitching competition, he actually threw the ball through the target, and he's really he's a character. He's a great guy, so he's definitely got somebody that everybody, you know, likes to watch and see how he acts.
0-1 pitch is fouled off by Huggins onto the first base side. Next pitch missed away, and now here's another fastball. It goes off the outside part of the plate. 2-2 on Huggins. Kessler is ready. The pace of this game really moving along pretty well. And there's a pitch that was jamming Huggins, and he bounces it to first base. Picked up by Boxell, underhanded to Kessler, covering the bag. 2 away in the fourth inning. And that means that all the way from the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, Andy Marti delivered an RBI double out down the left field line and scored a run. Second inning. Right-handed batter.
This guy Marte, he actually played in Southern League last year. He's a quality player. He owed me last year. Had a couple home runs, I think. Just pretty much showed me how to. I don't know. He dominated me last year.
Popped that one back and out of play. 0-1 again. We're with Zach Parker, the Visalia Oaks. Unfortunately, on the injured list here during this All-Star game, but he was named an All-Star himself. So, did you say they yelled at you?
No, he just dominated me.
Dominated.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you're pitching to him right now, what would you be throwing? How would you come after him?
Well, he's got a 0-2 now, so I would probably just get some. He's not going to hit.
Like that pitch, inside and on the corner, called strike 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Kessler. So we'll move along to the top of the bottom of the fourth inning. And actually, another half inning. All right, 2-0 Carolina League leading the California League in the Century League All-Star game.
It's lunchtime, and you're up to bat. What are you going to put on their plates now? Syrup sandwiches made with Buttig this season, and you'll set the record for most home runs. Carl Buttig original thin sliced meats are always a hit because they come in 10 tasty varieties, including beef, ham, corned beef, and turkey. Hit a home run. Bring home some Buttig meats today. Buttig, where taste, quality, and value all meet.
Before the first pitch, we all stand for the national anthem and a salute to our flag. This season, show your pride by flying the stars and stripes. Signorama features a great assortment of flags for your home or office. They also have sticker decals and magnetic sign flags for windows, your car, truck, or anywhere else in your home. At Signorama, reminding you that freedom is never free. Support our troops by flying the American flag.
Welcome back to the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California, home of the Century 21 Carolina League California League All-Star game. We got to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Carolina League is leading 2-0. We've got another new pitcher for the Carolina League come out onto the mound, and that's actually we don't still claim them. And the deputy must come from the Cali third inning, down 1-2-3. Now he's going through what forms the heart of this order tonight. Jason Botts, Jeff Mathis, and Nick Gorneau. And you've got a couple of guys, Mathis and Gorneau, the only time they open the Visalia Oaks have played the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes this year. Zach Parker, who is also with us, an all-star pitcher for The OC were injured, so you have, though, pitch to this guy, Jason Bott, switch hitter batting left-handed, takes strike one from Kendall. What can you tell us about facing Jason Bott?
Well, first off, he's enormous, and he's a guy who's definitely got a presence up there. And from the right side, he's really patient, and it's kind of unexpected from a big guy like that. You think he just want to hack, but he's really patient. When he waits to get his pitch and he gets it, he usually does something good with it.
Swing and a miss for the letter-high fastball. It's 0-2 on Bott. As the left-handed hitter, in fact, this year he had a walk-off grand slam against the Oaks at one point. Pitcher down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He was up in the bottom of the ninth one night, and he could have won the game and actually ground into a double play. And then the following night, same situation, but he hit a grand slam that night. So
1-2 pitch, swing, and a foul tip, and that was strike 3, held on to by the catcher Dalman. Good play right there. But 1 out here in the 4th inning, and here is catcher Jeff Mathis from the home team, so to speak, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Jeff Mathis is one of 3 current California League players that are going to be playing in the senior game coming up the Sunday before the Major League All-Star game in Chicago. It's going to be quite an honor for Mathis. Pitches outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Now, Zach himself, this is pretty much your first All-Star. Anything that you've been on the team for?
I was an All-Star in junior college my first year, but that's about it. Never really in Little League or anything like that, so this is pretty exciting.
Pitches down low, 2 balls and no strikes. So it's a little bit better maybe than being a Little League All-Star.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at a foul ball.
It's worth the wait.
2 balls and 1 strike. As a player, and this is your first time, what has been so far what you would consider the best part of this experience?
Probably just being here all day with the guys and getting to know them, you know.
Kendall pitch to Mathis, pops up first base side foul territory. Huggins, the Carolina League first baseman, able to catch.
The fan fest they did today was really incredible. You know, a lot of fans came out, we signed autographs, and they had a lot of fans and calling it live. And I mean, that's really fun to get out here and actually, you know, be with the fans and get to talk to them and sign autographs. So I think they had a good time. I think so did all the guys.
Nick Gornell, who flew out to center field in the first inning to leave the bases loaded, is up. Another Rancho Cucamonga Quake takes ball 1 outside. Gornell is a left fielder in this game. Yeah, there's so much more that's involved in the All-Star game than just the game itself. This is almost, after everything that's been going on all day, I don't want to say an afterthought. It's the end of probably a long day. There's a call strike 1-1.
We had the lunch next morning, which was great, and then came out here and had team pictures and got to, you know, get look around the facilities and do that fan test, and of course the home run derby and pitching contest was a lot of fun.
Slider from Akendo is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Came back to the fastball, and now it's 2-2. DJ Raymundo of Cornell can reface. On deck. Raymundo can stop his court. Akendo's 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, but it bounces off of the catcher and down to first base. Goes Cornell, so that's a strikeout, the second for Ian Akendo, but not the third out.
DJ Raymundo is definitely a guy you don't want to face with runners on, because he's definitely a guy that can hurt you.
Boy, play like that, that's something that you always see in an all-star game. It's just a wild pitch for a while. DJ Raymundo, we were talking a minute ago again with Zach Carter, a slightly injured pitcher now for the Visalia Oaks.
Recovering.
Talked about Jason Botson. He had the walk-off grand slam in a situation that he had hit into a double play to end the game the night before. The guy hitting behind him was Raymundo. And at the time, he was hitting well over 350. There's a throw over to first. Really no good back.
Yeah, early on, Raymundo was on a huge shoot. You know, early on, you couldn't give him a strike, or he was going to pound it.
Nick Gornell, during the regular season, 8 stolen bases, 11 attempts. He's out to about a 3-step lead. Stays put as the pitch is made to Raymundo. 1 ball and no strikes. can ask you the same question about Raymundo. What would you be throwing to him right here now that you're behind in the count 1-0?
Something low and hard, maybe just a fastball, try to get a ground ball, or nothing up that he can turn on.
There was a pitch that was low that he swung on and missed. Very good scouting by Zach Parker. 1-1 is the count. Raymundo struck out to start the second inning. This guy is a heck of a story. We talked a little bit about how this is the sports organization, the Texas Rangers. 2 years ago, he was here in Rancho Cucamonga last year. But the Reds, he was also in Stockton playing for the Forts and won a championship with that team. Now they've won the first half in their division in the California League. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, the Forts are solid this year. They've we had a lot of close games with them early, and then they never really cooled off.
There's a called strike on the outside edge, 2-2. Ian Akendo, unlike the California League second pitcher to appear, is going 2 full innings apparently. He is a Lynchburg Hillcat, so perhaps the manager Dave Clark from Lynchburg taking the approach as he did with his lineup. He's got his leadoff man hitting second. Now one of his top pitchers as the time is called. And Raymundo steps out. He's got one of his top guys going a couple of innings, and so far he's doing just fine, other than the wild pitch to let the runner on base. It would have been 6 up or 6 down if they get the complete strikeout in the out on Gorneau. Then Gorneau is at first, 2-2, the count, 2 down. 4th inning in the Carolina League, leading 2-0. Pitch is well outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now you mentioned you would face a couple of the guys who were playing on this Carolina League team when you were in the South Atlantic League. Of course, the Colorado Rockies are the Visalia parent club, and they have their low A affiliate in Asheville. 3-2 pitch, runner goes, swung on and fouled off. Behind home plate on the first base side, that gets over the seat, 3-2. How much talk is there between the two sides of this game? Is it all the Carolina League guys that hang together and then the California League guys? Or did you talk to anybody from the other team?
Yeah, last night at the comedy show, a lot of guys got together, and once you're in an environment where you're not wearing a uniform, it's just ball players. There's no California or Carolina.
Runner goes again. Raymundo flies one to left field. Coming in to make the catch is Luke Scott, and the inning is over. So the California League gets a base runner for the first time since the first inning, albeit on a wild pitch with strikeout, but they're unable to score. Zach Parker of the Visalia Hawks, sorry you were banged up, couldn't pitch tonight, but thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me up here. I just want to give a shout out to everybody at Texas Livingston, and see you soon.
All righty, we'll be back with more in the Century 21 All-Star Game. Carolina League leading the California League 2-0 after 4.
Listen up, baseball fans. Where can you go to get a quality oil change done by service professionals at a great price and get a voucher good for 2 free tickets to a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game? Goodyear, that's where. All season long, Goodyear dealers are offering you 2 free tickets to see your Quakes play just for getting that oil change that you need anyway. With tires as low as $18, quality brands like Goodyear and Dunlop, and complete automotive service, it's no wonder why your Goodyear dealer is the place to go for all your automotive needs. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for a dealer near you.
Hey, if you haven't been to a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shed Spread Country Crock invites you and your family to come out and see the game. Bring the whole family out for a Country Crock Family Sundays. Quakes fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shed Spread Country Crock product can buy 1 ticket at regular price and get 1 free for any Sunday home game. Offer ends August 31st. Offer limited to 3 free tickets and subject to availability. Country Crock, bring it home.
The sun came out today. We're born again. There's new
Top of of the fifth inning in Rancho Cucamonga. The Carolina League is leading the California League 2-0. Woody Clifford, Tony Pena, and Rudy Yan are the scheduled hitters for the Carolina League. New pitcher Mike Wadnicki for the California League, a right-hander. He's throwing his warm-up tosses right here. Again, we want to thank Zach Parker of the Visalia Oaks, pitcher who would have been pitching probably toward the end of this game, except he had a little bit of a tender elbow there right before the All-Star break. So the coaching staff and Zach asked that he not be involved. So a replacement was named Mike Esposito for Visalia. May see him a little bit later on tonight. Woody Clifford to the Frederick Keys, an RBI single in the second inning. And the pitch to the left-handed batter is in there for a strike, 0-1. Mike Wadnicki. On for the California League. His 0-1 pitch is line down the left field line. This is going to be a foul ball. Giving chase in left field was Gorneau, and he couldn't quite get to it. Landed in the corner. It's 330 down the lines here at the epicenter. 400 to straightaway center field and 375 to each power alley. Again, Dave Strozen of the Visalia Oaks here with the home team broadcaster, so to speak, Rob Brender of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. This stadium holds around 6,100. In fact, with the sellout crowd tonight, that's pretty much what the attendance should be. 0-2 pitch, and it is down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes for those of you maybe listening up in the Bay Area or out on the East Coast or online somewhere. Rancho Cucamonga close relatively to Los Angeles. We're maybe about an hour from downtown LA. As there's a swing and a miss, and the ball bounces away from the California League catcher Mathis. So in each of the last half innings, we've seen a strikeout and a wild pitch, but this time it leads off the inning for the Carolina League, so it may have a little bit of a different impact than when it happened with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth for the California League. And the next man up is Tony Pena, the shortstop from the Myrtle Beach Pelicans in the Atlanta Braves organization. Pena had a single in the second inning. And the pitch is down low, ball 1.
Okay, just to information on Michael Wadnicki, the guy who was acquired in a relatively big trade from St. Louis Cardinals when Brett Topko would go the other way, involving San Diego Padres.
Pitch is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The other big name in that was another major leaguer, Luther Hackett. So obviously, San Diego thinking quite a bit of a guy like Mike Wadnicki, and as I mentioned, he's a pitcher with pretty good stuff. Fastball that'll get up there in the low to mid-90s.
2-0 is the count. The next pitch is popped up. It's foul on the first base side. That'll get up several rows into the seats above the Carolina League dugout. 2-1.
Wadnicki last year pitching for the Peoria Cardinals, also pitched for the New Jersey Cardinals in 2001. So he's been in their organization for 2 years and put up a total of 13-13 and an ERA of 3.32.
Pena wiggling the bat as he waits on the pitch. It's swung on and fouled back to the backstop behind home plate. Hopped way up in the air. That's where that crowd came from. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the son of the Kansas City Royals manager, the Tony Pena. This is actually Tony Pena Jr.
Some pretty big names here then. We've got Tony Pena Sr. involved, and we've got Jesse Barfield involved.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and lined down the right field line. This is going to be dropped on a dive in right field by Josh Kroger. And a throw into second is behind Tony Pena Jr. Moving from second to third is Woody Clifford. And so now there's 2 in scoring position with nobody out in the 5th inning for the Carolina League. That was a heck of an effort by Josh Kroger of the Lancaster Jethawks. Came running in and towards the line and dove and tried to duplicate the effort of his counterpart in right field, Woody Clifford of Frederick, who made a diving catch a couple of innings ago, but he couldn't quite come up with it, and the ball bounced away just enough to allow Pena to move on to second base. So now the infield is brought in quite a bit with the top of the order up once again. It's Rudy Yan, and he hits a ground ball foul on the first base side, 0-1.
Another very good effort this ball game in the outfield. And, obviously these guys are going out there to win. There's no question about it. I know both managers were really letting them know that. Go out there and play hard, but also have a lot of fun and try to play to win.
Wodnicki, who has a strikeout but no outs in the inning, throws the 0-1, and it's bounced to short. Taken there by Permaniak. The throw home is not. Oh, it's in time. Ooh, I don't know about that, but it's the All-Star game. What the heck? One down, and a fielder's choice allows Rudy Jahn of the Winston-Salem Warthogs to reach over at first base. You know what? Actually, Mathis, the catcher, he had his foot blocking the plate, and if anything, that's what kept Clippers from scoring from third base, because he was there ahead of the throw, and then the tag was applied, so that had to be it. So actually, an excellent play by Jeff Mathis right there. Moving to third is Tony Pena, and as we said, on at first is Jahn with one down in the inning, and Mike McClouse at the plate. And he swings and grounds one on the right side. Charging Botts, the first baseman. His only play is the second. The ball is dropped. The run scores. Moving toward third is Jahn. And by the time the California League catches up with it down the right field line, there's another run across. And once again, runners in scoring position with one out here in the fifth inning.
And David Harris going to go on the board there on the first baseman, Jason Botts. As he said, his only play, more than likely the first base, was been close at home. And his split was not a very good one toward the second baseman, Barfield, who was covering. Gets by Barfield, so that's the first error of the ball game charged to either team. And now runners are at the corners with one out.
Pena scored. There is a pitch that's down low. 1 ball and no strikes on Ryan Dowman of the Lynchburg Hillcats. Pirates affiliate in the Carolina League. Dowman in his first 2 at-bats, 0 for 2, a ground to short, a strikeout looking time, facing Mike Wodnicki, the right-hander for the Lake Elsinore Storm, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. The fastball came inside, good pitch.
Coming into the inning, 7 consecutive batters have been retired by California League pitching. A combination of Ketchner, Weinstrowski, and the final one batter that Stephen Shelwood faced. And all of a sudden here in the fifth, 4 consecutive have reached base.
1-1 pitch, and it is high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Wodnicki is the guy who, in the bullpen, is the one real threat for the Lake Elsinore Storm right now. Their bullpen has suffered quite a bit this year. Guys that were there last season that put up big numbers were all called up to AA or AAA, and now Wodnicki is trying to fill the gap.
There's another pitch that's outside and low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, 3-0 Carolina League leading here in the 5th inning. Makes you think back to the first inning when the California League left the bases loaded. 3-1 pitch is popped up behind home plate and given a look by Mathis, but it goes all the way up onto the roof overhang over the seats here and out behind the stadium. That'll make it a full count and 3-2.
And Dave Baxter is going for both teams in the respective bullpens for the California League. Shaq Gaudana Bakersfield is up, and on the other side, Shaq Goldthrow.
Runner goes from first, pitches line to right field, moving back and unable to get it is Kroger. It goes all the way to the wall. 1 run scores, being waved around third after starting at home as McClouse. The throw home is not in time, and at second base with a 2-run double is Ryan Dowman of the Lynchburg Hillcats, and it's 5-0 Carolina League.
I'll tell you what, that was a high breaking ball from Mike Wodnicki, and a good job by Dowman to go up there and whack it off the fence in right field. No chance there for Kroger, and he's trying to bat him as good as anybody in either league. So, shooting the ball over his head, you know you really rocked it. That's what Ryan Dowman did. His first hit in the ball game, and he's a guy that's no stranger to a lot of hits. An all-star once back in 2000.
Jahn scored from third on the play. McClouse all the way from first. During the regular season, 20 doubles for Dowman. Now he gets one here in the All-Star game. On a check swing and the appeal, the first base umpire Todd Waters rings up Chris Shelton at 0-1.
And one more thing about Ryan Dowman, it's a guy who's had his season cut short the last couple of years because of injuries, including last year he broke his hand. It's about 2 months.
Wodnicki checks second, and the pitch is outside. Another good stop by Mathis, the catcher. 1-1 is the count. Shelton tonight, 1 for 2. He had a single and a run scored in the second inning, but struck out swinging in the third against Bobby Bystrowski. And apparently was very excited about getting that strikeout. Here's a pop-up down the right field line. Fox moving back. He gives play to the right fielder, Kroger, who grabs his throw to second. Is there in time. It's a double play to end the inning. Saw some excellent effort by Kroger towards the beginning of the inning. Right there, he makes a fantastic play and finishes for Maniac, the shortstop, on the receiving end to double off Dalman at second base, and the inning is over. It goes 9-6 on the double play. We move on to the bottom of the fifth in a Century 21 All-Star game. Carolina League 5, California League nothing.
One of the most important things you can do to keep your car and other vehicles running their best is to change the oil and filter regularly. But did you know that you haven't finished the job right until you've recycled that used oil and filter? You should never dump used oil in the ground, in storm drains, or in the garbage. The only safe way to dispose of that used oil and filter is by taking it to a friendly, convenient collection center. So this spring and summer, step up to the plate for the environment. To find an oil and oil filter collection center or a household hazardous waste collection center near you, call 1-800-CLEANUP. The Quakes and the California Integrated Waste Management Board want to thank you for all of your recycling efforts. Working together, we can keep our community a great place to live, work, and play ball.
Hey fans, it's Rob Brender, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some hot dogs, peanuts, nachos. I can't work with all this great food.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
Bottom of the fifth inning, ready to begin. The Carolina League leading the California League 5-0 in the Century 21 All-Star game. Ian Akendo went 2 innings, gave up no runs, no hits, no walks, struck out 2. The only runner that reached base reached on a wild pitch after Akendo's second strikeout. Here is Jared Gothro, the lone representative from the Sable Avalanche, the Carolina League affiliate of the Houston Astros. They'll be facing Josh Kroger of the Lancaster Jethawks to lead off this inning. Kroger made the catch on the pop-up to right and threw to second for the double play to end the top of the inning, and he takes ball 1 outside. Kroger 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop in the second inning. J.J. Permaniak is on deck, and Kroger hits this one well to right center field. On the run and not able to get there is McLeod, the center fielder. It's up against the wall in the gap. Kroger to second. He holds there and got to the bag before the ball came into the cutoff man, the second baseman Jan, and so that's a leadoff double here in the fifth inning for the California League. Only the second hit for the Cal League tonight. And Permaniak of the Lake Elsinore Storm is up next. He's the shortstop. Struck out swinging in the second inning against the starter Ryan Wing.
No question, David. Jared Gothro hung one there, and Josh Kroger has been taking advantage of mistakes all season long, whereas last year really didn't do that.
Gothro, a lefty against the right-handed Permaniak, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. Joey Gathright of the Bakersfield Blaze will get another turn at bat. He's the leadoff hitter and has stepped out into the on-deck area. And the lefty's 1-0 is in the dirt, but stopped nicely there by Dalman, the catcher. 2 balls and no strikes.
By the way, let it be known, Dave, Gothro is actually not on the mound right now. We didn't cross up on our numbers. It is instead left-hander McKay McBride of the Myrtle Beach Pelicans. Gothro is actually now warming up in the bullpen.
There you go. So the Salem Avalanche faithful will have to wait. 2-0 pitch. That's a called strike on the outside edge. 2-1.
McKay McBride's a pretty short kid for a pitcher these days, 5'10".
There's a bouncer up the middle, hit by Permaniak, charging the shortstop. Pena throws and falls down as he throws, but gets it over to first base, a step ahead of Permaniak. Moving from second to third is Josh Kroger. There's 1 out in the bottom of the fifth inning. Crowd getting into the game. They showed some discontent with that ruling over at first base. Thought that maybe the first baseman, Mike Huggins, had come off of the bag. Not the case. Back to the top of the order, Joey Gathright, who's hitting .335 during the regular season. Not a lot of power numbers, though.
Couple of power hitter. I don't know the last time I saw him pull the ball, to be honest with you. Everything is the other way from Gathright all the time. Slap it to left. You know what, if he gets you on base and then he's able to utilize that great speed, who cares how he gets on?
Exactly. If you're hitting .335, I'm sure the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, the Bakersfield parent club, doesn't mind. There's a called strike that Gathright takes in a breaking pitch, 0-1. As a matter of fact, in this game last year in Wilmington, Delaware, it was a Bakersfield Blaze player who made all the highlight reels, I guess. Rocco Baldelli, you were there. You were able to see it. And we all know that Rocco is now one of the top hitters in the American League playing for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. 1-1 is the count on Gathright with a runner at third and one out in the bottom of the fifth. California League at the plate trailing the Carolina League 5-0. Next pitch is high. And so now it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Gathright.
Rocco Baldelli is a very good example of a guy that, as a leadoff hitter, has the good speed, but not what you would call your prototype leadoff hitter.
2-1 pitch. That is down low. 3 balls and 1 strike.
And not to take anything away from what he can do as a leadoff guy, because he gets on base an awful lot, and really that's the reason that he bats there, but not your speedster with the breakaway speed like a Gathright. Instead, I'd say that Baldelli could steal about 20 bags max per year.
3-1 pitch. That's down low, ball 4. Gathright tosses away the bat, and now perhaps we'll get a chance to see what Joey Gathright's speed can do on the bases.
And let me tell you, Gathright can run. Baseball America rating him the fastest base runner in Devil Rays organization before last season. This year with 35 steals in 46 tries. Last year as a member of the Charleston Ball Club in the South Atlantic League, he was 22 out of 29.
Gathright's total of 35 stolen bases, currently third in the California League. Now here's Inland Empire's Greg Jacobs, Seattle Mariners affiliate, lefty versus lefty, and Jacobs swings and fouls one away on the third base side. That will actually, nothing stays in this ballpark. Everything just flops right over the seat.
It's the thin air in Southern California.
Is that what it is?
It's got to be. It's the fog holding it in, I promise that.
It looks a little thicker than some of the air I've seen. Or some of the air I haven't seen, as maybe the case should be. 0-1 is the count. Here's a line drive to left field. That'll get the Cal League on the board. Scoring from third is Kroger. On to second is Gathright. Opposite field RBI single for Greg Jacobs. It's 5-1 in favor of the Carolina League.
I was talking to Greg Jacobs before the game, Dave, about his stance. He's got from the left side. He's only 5'10", but he crouches down a la Ricky Henderson from the other side of the plate. And I said, well, why didn't you do it? What's really the motivation? He said, well, when I was with the organization, I worked a lot with Ron Carew, even though I was a pitcher at that time. And Carew always told me if I got down low in my stance, I could shift back and forth better instead of leaning one way or the other. This is really helpful.
Josh Barfield to the plate, again from the Lake Elsinore Storm. Pitches low for ball 1. Barfield at the Cal League's only hit until this inning, a double in the first inning off the base of the wall in right field. 1 for 2. He's also grounded to the second baseman. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. It looks like Barfield was a little bit behind that one. 1-1 is the count. Crowd getting into it here. They were given thundersticks, most of them, as they came into the game. We got fireworks afterwards. A real show tonight here at the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga. 1-1 pitch to Barfield. That's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. A minute ago, we were joking a little bit about what we'll call haze, to be kind, this here in Southern California.
But the 2 packs a day that we breathe.
2-1 pitch. Gathright's running. Pitch swung on and missed. Throw down a short. Goes into left field. Gathright will head home. Up to second, Greg Jacobs. So that'll be a stolen base for Joey Gathright, fittingly enough, in the All-Star game. He scores on the first Carolina League error by the catcher, Ryan Dalmat. And it's 5-2 Carolina League. Moving to second base, Greg Jacobs. And Jacobs probably goes to second on the error as opposed to on a double steal. Now it's 2-2 on Barfield. Again, with only 1 out, on deck is Jason Boggs, the guy that we talked about quite a bit last inning, and his power hitting ability. But there's called strike 3 in the outside part of the plate. Barfield is down on strike. And a clutch pitch from McBride of the Carolina League to get partway out of this jam here in the 5th inning.
You know, just to get back to that stolen base and then the run scoring, just goes to show it doesn't matter what kind of game it is, an all-star game, a regular season game, a playoff game, speed can win you ball games.
Speed can win ball games, and the little things start to add up after a while. We talked about leaving the bases full in the 1st inning. If the California League gets a run there, now we're looking at a 5-3 game, and Botts is a guy who could tie it up with one swing of the bat instead of Homer here and just make it a 1-run game, but he's taken ball 1 down low. Botts was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, struck out swinging in the 4th. Switch hitter now batting right-handed against McBride, the lefty. And with a leg kick, here is the 1-0. That's a strike. Breaking ball thrown right at the belt. 1-1.
And then McKay McBride, actually from Georgia, so when he was picked in the 1st round by the Atlanta Braves a few years ago, gets the opportunity to potentially go up to the major league level and pitch for his hometown Braves. He said it was the highlight of his life, the highlight of his career, of course, and certainly looking forward to a very long career in Atlanta.
Botts steps out. It's funny you mentioned the Braves being the hometown team. If you think about it, for a lot of these guys, if you talk to a lot of the players, even at this level, even if they're 20 or 21, from all over the South, there's a swing and a miss. The ball got away, though, from Dalman, and moving up to 3rd is Kroger. Oh, no, it was a foul tip. The home plate umpire, Steve Prince, says foul tip, and he is telling, Jacobs, the runner, to go back to 2nd. So now it's 1-2 on Jason Botts. You talk to guys from Louisiana, even from some parts of Texas, from Arkansas, from Florida. They say the Atlanta Braves is the team that they grew up cheering for. And if you think about it, it's the national cable deal that probably helped out. Same reason there's a lot of Cubs fans now.
Right. Well, they call themselves America's team, if I'm not mistaken, right? Even though the Cowboys pretty much took that moniker right away.
Well, they took it 30 years ago, so the Braves can have it. 1-2 pitch is down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
By the way, McKay McBride this year, David, an ERA of 2.53. He struck out 81 batters in 78 in the 3rd inning, and he's doing that really with off-speed pitches. Changed up his breaking ball more than just a good fastball, although he'll get it up there about 88 to 90.
McBride with a 2-2, swung on and missed, and that was an inside fastball to Botts. It ends the inning, 2 straight strikeouts after the California League puts a pair on the board here in the 6th. They do it on a couple of hits and get a little help from a Carolina League error. This is the Century 21 All-Star game. Through 5 innings, the Carolina League leading the California League 5-2.
The Massey Plaza on Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga is home to some of the finest cuisine in the Inland Empire. Come enjoy a taste of Japan like you never have experienced before at Wabi Sabi, offering a full sushi bar and hibachi grill. Go south of the border and enjoy the best Mexican food in town at Felipe's Tanqueria. Feel like you're floating down a river in Venice as you bite into a pizza at Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurant, the new home for the Quakes radio postgame show after every Wednesday home game. Sit back and watch that night's big games as you drink microbrew beer and try one of the best burgers in Rancho at Compass Creek. There's nothing like good barbecue, and Woody's makes it happen. And if you're looking for that late-night meal, stop by Denny's for everything from breakfast to dinner and at any time of the day. All of this can be found at the Massey Plaza, the place to dine in Rancho Cucamonga on Foothill Boulevard, located right next to the epicenter.
Around here, folks take pride in their landscape. They know a beautiful yard starts with the right materials. And around here, people like to do it themselves. That's why they rely on Haven Building Materials. Haven features a winning lineup of blocks, cement, rocks, sand, and gravel, everything you need for your landscape. And they deliver, too. Folks in the know rely on Haven. They have since 1978, and you can, too. Just stop by Haven Building Materials at 9393 Haven Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga.
Top of the 6th inning, there are a few changes for the California League here in the Century 21 All-Star game. The Carolina League is leading 5-2. At first base now from the Modesto Athletics is Matt Bowser. From the Stockton Port, Jason Bourgeois playing at second base. They're replacing Stockton's Jason Botts and Lake Elsinore's Josh Barfield, respectively. On the mound, Chad Gaudan from the Bakersfield Blaze, another Devil Rays prospect, and he throws the first pitch of this inning to the home run derby champ, Luke Scott, who pulls one about 350 feet down the right field line for strike one. Scott out with the Kinston Indians in the Carolina League. 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out to first. He's also flied to center field. Pretty good play made by Greg Jacobs in center.
And taking the pitchers used count, by the way, that's now 5 that have gone on the mound for the California League against 4. Will be the count eventually for the Carolina.
This was down low to Scott. And that's ball one. Next one is fouled off on the first base side on the ground. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mike Huggins of the Frederick Keys is on deck, so he'll get another chance to bat this inning. Got to be careful at this point of the game because all the substitutions are being made as to who would be hitting in the inning. 1-2 pitch, swung on and hit hard past first base and down the right field line. Matt Bowser took a dive at it, couldn't get it, goes to the corner. Rounding second and headed for third after a little hesitation is Scott, and the relay throw will be Lele coming in for the right field corner. And Josh Kroger, and again 3:30 down the line here at the epicenter. It was a long run for Kroger to get over to it. So a leadoff triple here in the 6th inning for Luke Scott. Guy who has only 1 triple during the regular season so far. And the next man up is Mike Huggins, the first baseman from the Frederick Keys.
We've seen 2 triples into that corner in the last couple of weeks here at the epicenter prior to the Quakes hitting the road for a while. We've also seen a couple of inside the park home runs to that corner. If you ground it to the right field bullpen, there's a good shot you're making third base.
And standing in is Huggins. The infield is brought in almost to the baseline all the way around. And the pitch to Huggins gets away from the catcher Mathis, but he catches up with it. Actually, it's not Mathis. It's Chris Snyder of Lancaster who is the new catcher. That is the one other substitution.
So a brand new battery in the game with Gaudan and Snyder.
Now 1-0. Gaudan's pitch swung on and chopped foul first base side. That goes to the screen next to the on-deck circle. 1-1 is the count.
Chad Gaudan, guy for the Blaze, who's known more for his slider than anything else. It may be the best slider in the league aside from Urban Santanas of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, but very close.
1-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And just to get back to Chris Snyder for 1 ball, and Snyder's actually already been called up to AA El Paso and the Arizona Diamondbacks chain, so he knows that once the All-Star game is done, that he is gone from the Lancaster Jethawks.
Luke Scott with about a 7.5 lead off the bag at third. 1-2 pitch to Huggins, swung on and missed, strike 3. Takes the curveball from Gaudan. That's 1 away in the 6th inning, and here is Andy Marti, who is coming up next from the Atlanta Braves organization at Myrtle Beach. 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a run scored, but he struck out in the 4th inning against Ryan Petchner of Inland Empire.
By the way, as far as your lineups go, basically all you do is insert Bourgeois in the number 3 spot, Bowser in the cleanup hole, and then Chris Snyder's hitting 5th.
Marti hitting .289 during the regular season. He's got 25 doubles. Pitched to him is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So the couple of doubles we've seen out of the Carolina League tonight, Marti has 25 during the regular season, and then the number 3 hitter, Ryan Dowman of Lynchburg, had a double. He has 20 in the Carolina League this year. Swinging a foul off of the catcher, it looks like, back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think that one even caught the home plate umpire Steve Fritz a bit. Fritz took the mask off and trying to shake out the cobwebs just a little bit. Obviously, these umpires get beat up as well as anybody else. Obviously, at the same time, you figure they take more jump from everybody on the benches.
And really, you got to give credit to the umpires that are here, as well as the players. I mean, there's not too many players that are going to turn down an all-star bid, but for a lot of these guys that were maybe on the bubble, this was a potential 3 days off to go back home wherever they happen to be from. Here's a ground ball sharply hit to second. Bourgeois, who was in along the baseline, gloves it, throws to first. And Marti is retired. Still at third after the leadoff triple is Luke Scott, and now there's 2 out.
Good pitching by Jack Gaudan, and Gaudan is the guy that with that slider is known for keeping everything down in the zone. He gets the strikeout on the breaking ball with Huggins, goes back to the slider there for Marti, and all he could do with it was hit a weak grounder towards second base.
Woody Clifford to the Frederick Keys next to the plate. He's been on base twice tonight, but is 1 for 2 officially. An RBI single in the second, struck out but reached a wild pitch last inning, and he takes a called strike, 0-1. Clifford was thrown out at home plate and a ground ball to short trying to score last inning. Left-handed batter against Godin, the right-hander. The 0-1 is low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And action going again in both bullpens. As Josh Parker of the Bakersfield Blaze going right now for the California League, and down the right field line, I see Chris Honnell, who's a right-hander for the Winston-Salem Warthawks.
1-1 pitch. Swung on and lined into the California League dugout third base side.
Look out.
Everybody ducked there, leaning along the railing in front of the dugout. 1-2.
You know, they put up that railing prior to this season, actually at the end of last, if I'm not mistaken. And it makes it more dangerous now because all the players have to stand up on top of that railing to get a good view.
1-2 pitch. Swung on and bounced foul on the first base side through the coach's box and off of the wall alongside the field. 1-2 is still the count.
The Bakersfield Blaze, a team that's known for very good pitching. Godin is easily their best starter, but they have 2 other guys in their starting rotation that have done a very good job this year, and they're bullpen with Parker warming up right now. It's a dangerous team, even though they don't have very much offense.
Bakersfield, a team that actually helped Rancho Cucamonga make it to the playoffs just by winning the first half in the Southern Division. Bakersfield, the Northern Division team in the California League. There's a pitch low, 2-2. They beat up on the Lancaster Jethawks, who finished only a game behind the Quakes in the first half, in the last weekend of the first half. 2-2 pitch. That is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bakersfield was a team, actually, that last year, you know, you think of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and their success or lack thereof at the major league level. That doesn't mean too much in the minor leagues. Last year, Bakersfield had a strong team. They were basically robbed, and all their guys were sent up towards the end of the year. They ended up missing the postseason here. As there's a called strike 3 on the inside corner against Woody Clifford's Chad Godin. Well, we can talk about the Devil Rays all we want, but Godin is getting it done on the field representing Tampa Bay. Gave up the leadoff triple, but gets a couple of strikeouts and a ground out to allow no runs in the inning. We played 5.5 in the Century 21 All-Star game. The Carolina League still leading the California League 5-2 going to the bottom of the 6th.
Vineyard Bank is located in a special town with a rich heritage. Historic Route 66 highway and the old vineyards may be reminders of generations past, but the game of baseball is still very much a vibrant part of hometown America today. As your local bank, we're proud to be a part of this thriving community, and we see it as our obligation to help families.
Your place is a mess. You need to call Made Perfect now. They do all this stuff and more. Write down their number. It's 909-625-7939. That's 909-625-7939. They do total cleaning services for commercial and residential accounts. Made Perfect. Your life made perfect.
Back for the bottom of the 6th inning, we will relay any kind of changes that we have as this All-Star game moves along. As we run across them, there are a number that happened defensively for the California League at the top of the 6th inning. We're now on the bottom of the 6th. The Carolina League is leading 5-2 here in the Century 21 All-Star game in Rancho Cucamonga, California. And leading off this inning for the California League is Chris Snyder, the catcher from the Lancaster Jethawks. He replaced Jeff Mathis, who was the starting catcher representing the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Snyder and the Jethawks in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. Right-handed hitter against a new pitcher this time. It is Jared Gothro of the Salem Avalanche and the Houston Astros. And the first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2 pitch. 2-2 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 pitch. 2 on deck. As this one is grounded foul again over into the California League dugout on the third base side. 0-2. Gorneau from Rancho Cucamonga is still on deck. Right-handed hitting left fielder. And here comes the 0-2. This is down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Snyder. Gauthreau has not been a starter for the entire season. He's made 17 appearances and 10 starts, and this one is chopped foul at the plate and bounces over the catcher for the Carolina League, who is no longer Ryan Zellman.
And instead, it looks like Jesse Gutierrez is back there, Dave.
Yeah.
Jesse of the Potomac Cannons.
The new Cincinnati Reds affiliate. And there's a swing and a miss at a fastball. That's strike 3 on Chris Snyder. 1 down in the 6th inning. Now here is Nick Gorneau. He's batting for the 3rd time of the game. Struck out but reached in a wild pitch in the 4th inning, flying to center in the 1st. Gauthreau in his 17 appearances. 6-2, a 3.03 ERA, 1 save. He struck out 45 and only walked 15. On deck for the California League as the pitch is made to Gorneau. That's a check swing, and that's a strike. 0-1 is the count. See, this is Greg Sane from Lake Elsinore, who has moved into the on-deck circle. He'll be playing in place of T.J. Raimundo of the Stockton Port. Bouncer back to the mound, taken by Gauthreau. He'll throw over to first. They get Gorneau by about 3 steps. It's 2 away in the 6th inning.
By the way, with Jesse Gutierrez now back behind the plate, the day ending for Ryan Dowman goes 1 for 3, but the one hit was a huge 2 RBI double in the 5th inning. It came with 2 outs, and at this point, that is certainly a big part of the difference in 5-2 game.
Infielder Greg Sane will probably go in at third base. He checked his swing and didn't check it enough. Home plate umpire Steve Fritz saying that's a strike. 0-1 is the count on Sane. Sane, another participant in the home run derby that happened before the game. Not one of the finalists.
No.
Let's think. Well, he had 4.
He had 4. Good effort, yeah. First round.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. That's strike 3, and a quick inning of work for Jared Gauthreau, and so hopefully we'll get another chance in the next couple of innings to tell you more about Greg Sane. 6 innings in the books in the Century 21 All-Star Game. 5-2 Carolina League leading the California League.
Hi, this is voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Rob Brender. I enjoy my job and all, but sometimes I even need to get away. So let me tell you about a little place called Laughlin, Nevada. You don't need a major league salary to enjoy it. It's got great hotels, lively entertainment, and exciting Colorado River action for a reasonable price. You trust me to bring you great sports coverage, so trust me that this is a great spot to visit. For more information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or click on visitlaughlin.com. Laughlin, Nevada. Play the way you like it.
Do you have uninvited house guests? No, not your in-laws. Pesky intruders like fleas, termites, and rats. Some pests can carry a health risk by spreading germs. You can protect your family, home, and pets by calling Victory Exterminating. They offer a complete pest control service and treat every home like it's their own. For free estimates, call 909-592-2069 or 626-331-7288. Victory Exterminating, proud to salute our armed forces fighting for freedom, both at home and abroad.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Welcome back to the Century 21 California League Carolina League All-Star Game. The Carolina League is leading 5-2 as we begin the top of the 7th inning. And here to take it the rest of the way with the play-by-play is Rancho Cucamonga's own Rob Brender.
Thanks so very much, David. A fantastic job for the middle inning. It is 5-2 in favor of the Carolina League, and we have another pitching change. Right-hander Josh Parker of the Bakersfield Blaze will take over for Shag Gaudan. Gaudan with a very good line. 1 inning, 1 hit, no run, a pair of strikeouts, and zeros the rest of the way. So we've seen Shell, Maestrowski, Ketchner, Wadnicki, Gaudan, and now Parker for the California League. On the other side, Ryan Wing, Ian Akendo, McKay McBride, and Jared Gauthreau, the 4 pitchers used by the Carolina League. So Parker in And on there now, Greg Stain pinch hitting for G.J. Raymundo. And he's batting in the number 7 hole. He stays in the ball game and plays third base. The defense on the infield has Stain at third, Maniac playing shortstop, Flies at second, and Bowser at first with Snyder doing the catching for Parker. We are going to have a pinch hitter for Tony Pena as Jeff Bannon will dig in. Bannon of the Potomac Cannons, a guy who's fallen into a ton of luck in his first 2 years. He comes out of the University of California, Santa Barbara, won the championship with Billings in 2001, and the championship with Stockton last year in this league. He takes a fastball for a strike over the outside corner from Josh Parker. No balls and 1 strike. Bannon born in Camarillo, California. That's right around the Santa Barbara area. The 0-1 hit on the ground and foul, third base side. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Pena in the ball game, by the way, was 2 for 2, a double and a run scored. Thinking about MVP guys, he is certainly a candidate.
That was a question I was about to ask, because this is the time in the game when we have to start making a decision. Carolina League out front 5-2, so you would probably lean toward somebody from that squad.
Parker's 0-2 is a breaking ball missing outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. By the way, Josh, another one of those huge guys, at 6'5", 220 pounds. 22-year-old out of the Devil Rays chain. The 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a breaking ball. So that's 3 of the last 4 batters in the Carolina League who have been struck out. And we will go back to the top of the order here in the 7th inning for Rudy Yan. Yan, the speedster, 0 for 3 in the ball game. And actually now we're going to get a pinch hitter for Yan. And it is going to be Andres Blanco. So the aforementioned Yan finishes his day at the 0 for 3 as now all the major substitutions come in. Blanco, a left-handed batter, and he grounds 1 foul straight back. No balls and 1 strike to count. Andres Blanco, a switch hitter, 5'10", just 155 pounds. A Wilmington Blue Rock. They hosted the All-Star game last year. Gorgeous ballpark, by the way, and because of that, they lead the Carolina League in attendance almost every season. Line drive, caught at first by Bowser. Barely had to move. So 2 up, 2 retired. I'll see if Nate McLeod gets the at-bat here. I believe that is Nate. So out of the substitutions we have seen, McLeod, the center fielder, is not one of them. He's not yet. Ball club carrying 4 outfielders. The only one we haven't seen for the Carolina League is Trey Dyson, but I'm sure that will come into play eventually. Pitch to Nate McLeod. Breaking ball in the dirt and goes straight to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. Flop 0 for 3, but part of that big 5th inning, which the Carolina League would plate 3 runs. He reached on an error by Jason Bach, the first baseman, and came around to score. The 1-0, grounded foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'll tell you what, for an all-star game, and I know a lot of people are saying, don't say this, but we're moving pretty quickly. The pitchers have looked
quiet.
Yeah, okay, so that's the press box voicing its opinion. Sorry. The 1-1. Fastball strike over the outside. Well, all-star games are typically pitcher duels, right? Especially at this level, although at the major league level, it's anybody just throw the ball over the plate.
And Rob Brender, I don't know.
The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, missing low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. A throng of media here in the ball game
very
today.
Full press box. You've got extra tables set up down actually in the aisleway in the seats of the first base side to handle all the media.
45 of them strong. The 2-2 pitch, grounded foul. In the Carolina League dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes still to captain Nate McLeod. McLeod from Wisconsin, 25th round pick in 2000, little town called Muskegon. Baseball America ranked him as the best average hitter in the Pirates chain 2 years ago. The 2-2 on the way. Fastball missing low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Jesse Gutierrez. McLeod playing a couple of years ago for Hickory. He would hit 285, 12 home runs, 54 driven in. Last year for Lynchburg, 244 average, and of course he's back with the Hillcats again this season. 3-2 pitch, foul back, and into the screen. So good at bat here for Nate McLeod. McLeod had a 5-hit game in 2001, playing at Greensboro. It happened on the 9th of August. 6th in the Pirates organization in triples and 9th in stolen bases last year. Stole 20 bags. He tripled 4 times. 3-2 pitch. hit softly toward shortstop, and a weird kick off the edge of the grass, and it winds up in left center field.
Boy, that did take a funny hop right off the cut of the infield grass as it meets the infield dirt. Just took a funny hop and right over the shortstop's head and out into center field. And as well groomed as this field is, it's very surprising to see any kind of a hop like that.
Yeah, there was no chance for J.J. Fernaniak. He just watched it down straight over his head. So a runner on first base, but 2 outs. And for the first time, an at-bat for Jesse Gutierrez. Gutierrez became a catcher full-time this year after last year spending most of the time as a first baseman. And he grounds this one foul. A ball, 1 strike. Gutierrez, a teammate of Jeff Bannon's on that 2001 championship ball club in the Pioneer League for the Billings Mustangs. That year, either a first baseman or a DH. But he played almost every day for Rick Burleson. Very smooth stroke from the right side. Big guy, about 6'3", 220. Righty against righty. Parker's 0-1. Hit in the air, right center field. Routine play for Josh Kroger, the right fielder. Comes in a few strides and makes the catch. Side is retired. So aside from the 2-out single for Nathan McLeod, a pretty solid inning for Josh Parker. Time to get up and stretch. We have reached the middle of the 7th inning. And the All-Star game. The Carolina League 5 and the California League 2. And we're going to have a fun stretch drive. Get set for it on the All-Star Game Radio Network.
Rob Brender here, voice of the Quakes, updating you on a great season of bobbleheads, weekday specials, and fireworks shows. You work hard all day. Treat yourself to a real ball game, a fantastic value. With the best seat in the house, only $10.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
When you stay at a Red Roof Inn, you can live large and pay little. At Red Roof Inns, you'll find quality rooms, friendly service, competitive rates, and enjoy complimentary morning coffee and the USA Today. Plus, as a Ready Card Preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With more than 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including nearby in Ontario, San Dimas, Anaheim, Santa Ana, and Victorville. Visit us at redroof.com or call 1-800-RED-ROOF. Live large and pay little at your friendly Red Roof Inn.
Welcome back to the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California. California League trails the Carolina League by a count of 5-2. We go to the home half of the 7th inning. Rob Brender and Dave Skozin joining you with the broadcast this evening. And of course, our deep pleasure to be a part of the broadcast tonight. And right-hander Chris Honnell will take over for the Carolina League squad and replaces Jared Gotro. Gotro goes 1 inning, gives up nothing as far as hits and runs, strikes out a pair, and zeros the rest of the way. Chris Honnell of the Winston-Salem Warhawks goes to the hill. 14 starts on the season, record of 65, but a very impressive ERA of 2.64. First man he faces left-handed batting Josh Kroger, and Kroger hits this ball on the left field. Should be routine for Luke Scott. Back a few strides, and right in front of the warning track, he makes the catch.
One of the more impressive numbers for Honnell, 78 strikeouts compared to 24 walks over 81 innings pitched.
We have a couple of defensive changes for Carolina. Jeff Bannon stays in the game to play shortstop. Blanco stays in the game at second base. And Tripper Johnson will take the place of Andy Marti at third base. Those are the changes we can spot for now. Pitch to J.J. Fernaniak. It's popped up. Very shallow right field. Out goes Blanco. In comes Clifford. And it will be Woody Clifford, the right fielder, who takes command and puts it away. So, a pair of pitches and 2 pop-outs. That's at the top of the order we go for Joey Gathright. The Carolina League has 5 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. California League squad with 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. For the most part, aside from the big 5th inning for both teams offensively, it has been a pitcher's duel all the way around. And we are going to have a pinch hitter for Joey Gathright. It's going to be Dan Uggla. Ugla of the Lancaster Jethawks, who also competed in the home run derby earlier today, will get a chance to step in and face one of the best right-handers in Carolina League. Crispano, line drive, but foul off to the left. And around on that one, no balls and 1 strike. So Joey Gathright for his evening was 0 for 2, but he walked, stole a base, and scored a run all in the 5th inning. Part of the very limited offense and the California League has been able to muster against what we told you at the beginning is a very good pitching staff on the Carolina League offensive team. And breaking ball misses outside, down at 1 ball, 1 strike. To Dan Ugla. On deck is Greg Jacobs. Dan Ugla, guy who's changed around his career. Breaking ball missing low. Last year's numbers, batting average in the low 200s, 228. This year, far different results because that he's an all-star. The 2-1, breaking ball just missed. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Ugla. Dan is in the top 10 in the league in hitting at 1 point this year. He's 2nd in the league in home runs with 15. 5th in the league in RBI with 55. Good breaking ball swung on in this. Count down full. That is a massive turnaround for a guy that played 106 games last year, but really did not contribute on a playoff-bound team.
And he's got some speed on the bases. 14 steals so far this year.
3-2 pitch, missing just inside. That's ball 4.
Now maybe we'll get to see what he can do on the base.
3 walks from the Carolina League team this evening. One of them in the 1st. That was Mathis, the catcher. The other one was Gathright at the top of the 5th. And that was 2 out, 2 in the 7th. Ugla aboard. And Greg Jacobs will have an opportunity. With now Greg Jacobs as the center fielder, although originally he was scheduled to be the DH, and Gathright, who could play the outfield, out of the game. I believe the 3 outfielders that are in there right now, between Jacobs, Gordeau, and Josh Kroger, they'll have to stay in the game the rest of the way. The breaking ball misses outside. The only other player that could have been in the outfield would have been Matt Bowser. Modesto A's, but Bowser's playing first base for Bob. He can't move. A little bit short-handed for Bobby Meacham, but he'll work his way through it, I'm sure. Greg Jacobs 1 for 3. Single home run back in the 5th. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. A hard cutter to high fastball, 1-1. Jacobs injuring himself here at the epicenter. A regular season game between Inland Empire and Rancho Cucamonga. Injured his quad, left leg, missed about a week. And because of that, as well as some other reasons, including some poor pitching down the stretch, the Inland Empire 66ers did not win the first half. Swing and a miss by Jacobs again. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That is very interesting. There were really only 3 true outfielders that ended up being put in those positions, as you said, in the California League roster, because Gathright was used as a DH originally for the Modesto Athletics. Nick Swisher, who was Oakland's top pick last year, was chosen as the All-Star, but he got promoted to Double-A Midland in the Texas League, so they chose Bowser, and they went from an outfielder to a first baseman.
The runner goes. This ball popped up to 3rd. Easy play for Tripper Johnson just into the ball game, and he makes the catch. The side is retired. So a very good inning for Winston-Salem Chris Honnell, first round pick in 2001, and he showed why right there. For the California League in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors. They strand 1. The head of the 8th is the Carolina League 5, the California League 2.
Whether it's a family get-together, 4th of July celebration, or a hearty meal after 18 holes of golf, you can always count on your Broilmaster. With a complete menu of impressive features, Broilmaster premium gas grills are built to last a lifetime. Whatever the occasion, you can always count on your Broilmaster. Visit www.broilmaster.com or see one in action at San Bernardino Fireplace and Woodstove Specialties on Highland, 1 block east of the 3rd Street. Broilmaster, the most durable grill known to man.
Baseball season is in full swing. The sun is out, the days are longer, and it's time to play ball. For many of us, this also means it's time to clean up our cars, change the oil and filter, and get ready for a busy summer on the go. When you change the oil in your vehicles, remember, recycle the used oil and filters. Recycling is the only safe way to keep oil away from our streams, rivers, lakes, oceans, and recreation areas. Besides recycling, it's easy. Just call 1-800-CLEANUP. or the address of a service station, Quick Lube, or household hazardous waste collection center near you. Our friendly staff at these centers will take your oil for free. So go finish that cleanup job the right way, and then come watch the Quakes clean up on the baseball diamond. The California Integrated Waste Management Board wants to thank you for all of your recycling efforts.
We're in the 8th here in the Century 21 2003 California League Carolina League All-Star Game. And this point, it is an all-Carolina League, 5-2, and they've held this lead since the 5th. This year for the California League Ball Club. Morning Soldier Snyder's the ball game to the catcher. And last inning for Magic. Greg King at third. Block, second base, Bowser at first. And those are the only changes defensively we've had. And now on the mound is right-hander James Garcia of the San Jose Giants. He takes the spot of Josh Parker. Parker 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 0. For the Carolina League, Shelton, Scott, and Huggins are scheduled. Batters 4, 5, and 6. This is righty against righty. To pitch to Chris Shelton. Fastball swung on and missed. That was about a foot outside. No balls, 1 strike. James Garcia, 6'2" and 210 from Torrance, California. Free agent signing last year from UC Santa Barbara, where he put up monster numbers. The line for the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, 0-2. Garcia taking the spot on the roster, vacated by Greg Brusso. Brusso called up to Double-A in the San Francisco chain. He already has a win at that level. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out with a breaking ball. Second time that Shelton's been struck out. He's now 1 for 4 in the contest. By the way, Brusso before the call-up, 5th in the league in ERA at 3.11 and a record of 7-5. Scott's going to dig in. He's 1 for 3, tripled his last time up, but eventually was stranded at third base. I mentioned the big numbers for James Garcia at Santa Barbara. He led their ball club in games, wins, strikeouts, innings pitched, batting average against, and complete games in 2001. A third-team All-American. Fastball rocked foul down the right field line and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Garcia with a record of 3-2 on the season, 21 appearances, but only 3 starts, and an ERA of 3.5. Garcia missing a lot of time as a professional because of injury. The 0-1 offering. Breaking ball, missing outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. His last win during the regular season, back on the 14th of May. So it's been a while. Gave up an awful lot of runs his last time out, but this is the guy that now as a full-time starter can really settle in. The 1-1, chopped foul, and got out 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out to Luke Scott.
It's been a while since Garcia's last win until Sunday, and it also been a while since San Jose's last win. They had lost 10 in a row until they beat Bakersfield in 10 innings on Sunday night. So a couple of pitchers, Brusso and Garcia, doing very well for a team that hasn't really played that well at any point this season.
And a playoff team last year. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball slipped out of his hand and misses outside.
And the Cal League co-champs the year before.
That's right. In the, horrible year of 9/11. Luke Scott, the 1 for 3 effort today. The guy who also has had injury problems, Tommy John surgery, forced him to miss 2001. That ball runs outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Didn't play at all that year. Came back with a vengeance last year for Columbus in 49 games. He had 257 with 7 homers. For Kinston, 8 home runs, 30 runs batted in 48 games. Very good power numbers. Second right now, and slugging percentage at .498 in the Carolina League. 3-2 fastball, got him looking. Scott's out of there. Back-to-back strikeouts for James Garcia. And 2 outs for Mike Huggins, who's 0 for 3. Garcia, a guy that will strike out his fair share. Last year, Caleb Kaiser struck out 24 batters in 17 innings. In the Arizona League, he made 10 appearances at a .75 ERA, struck out 18 batters in just 12 innings. Pitch on the way to right-handed batting Mike Huggins, who's fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. Huggins hitting safely in 17 of 19 during the month of July last year. Carolina League for this season playing for Frederick. He's third in hits and third in doubles. Also fifth in batting. The 0-1. Breaking ball runs outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Huggins at .315 for the season. Last year he played for Aberdeen and hit .262 with just 1 home run. He already has 6 more home runs this year. Only played half a campaign. Garcia with a chance at a 1-2-3 inning. A 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to shortstop. Charging to pick this one up for Maniac, and he boosts the ball. It ricochets to the second baseman, Bourgeois, but he has no chance. So the first was late, and he's 6 on the board.
That was almost the play of the night because Bourgeois stayed with it and grabbed it out of the air, and he only missed the runner at first by about a step.
That is a very rare error for J.J. Maniac, a guy who's normally short-handed for the Lake Elsinore Storm. It's also the third error we've seen in the ball game and the second on the California League. So a 2-out base runner, and Tripper Johnson will back for the first time in the place of Andy Marti. Marti was 1 for 3 with a double, a run batted in, and a run scored. Johnson swings through a slider, no balls, 1 strike. Maniac doesn't have 21 errors on the season. The guy who normally can really pick.
You see that, though, out of the middle infielders. I mean, the error totals, they look big, but as many plays as they get up the middle.
Breaking ball for a call, strike 0-2. Yeah, some of the best defensive players in the California League for sure are shortstops, and even they have a lot of errors sometimes. Trevor Johnson of the Frederick Keys of Bellevue, Washington. Orioles' second-round pick in the year 2000. Garcia peeks at first. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Circling out with a breaking ball. And aside from the error, a 1-2-3 inning for Garcia with 3 strikeouts. He played 7 1/2 frames here in the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Still the Carolina League 5 and the California League 2.
The makers of high-volume printing systems. Now, these people see blue-chip prices and slack-jawed indifference as their inalienable birthright. Look, the only place to go for high volume without that high price is Ricoh. 85, 105, even 1,000 pages per minute if you connect a bunch of them together. The era of high-priced, high-volume is truly over, bucko. Time for them to go. Time for Ricoh. Ricoh!
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Miraloma, California, in business since 1927. The Galliano family roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as a custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
We're in a home after the 8th inning as right-hander Melky Torres will now take the hill for the Carolina League. They have a 5-2 lead. Leading things off is Jason Bourgeois, Stockton Port. And a fastball fouled away, no balls, 1 strike. Melky Torres, 6'1", 160, San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. Originally signed by the Mariners in the 96 draft. Released in 2002 and then signed by the Pirates in 2003. Breaking ball missing outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The line on Chris Honnell, 1 inning, 1 walk, and zeros the rest of the way. Carolina League pitchers have settled down, back-to-back scoreless innings. The 1-1. Breaking ball goes directly to the backstop, 2 balls, 1 strike to Jason Bourgeois. Bourgeois batting in the number 3 hole in the lineup. Josh Barfield was 1 for 3 in this spot with a double, a strikeout, and a ground out. And that double was rocked the other way. The outfield shading the other way for right-handed batting Jason Bourgeois. The 2-1, hit in the air foul off to the right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Melky Torres did not play at all last year, had injury problems. For San Bernardino in this league back in 2001, he was 7-7. ERA of 4.15 in 154 innings. Torres has been around for a while. 2-2, swing and a miss. Strikes out Bourgeois with a breaking ball. A tag applied by the catcher Gutierrez. One up, one down here in the eighth. And to play Matt Bowser.
Bourgeois definitely cares how he does in this game. He was trying to tell the home plate umpire, Steve Fritz, hey, that ball hit my bat. That was a foul tip. Otherwise, if the ball was dropped by the catcher, he could have been running down to first base.
Matt Bowser of the Modesto A's, the lone representative for Modesto, took the spot, I believe you mentioned earlier, of Nick Swisher on the roster. Swisher was called up to Double-A. Bowser, a left-handed batter, and he swings right through a fastball, 0-1. In this spot, Jason Botts was 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts, and a hit by pitch.
Well, this is the 8th inning. And for Bourgeois and Bowser, this is their first at-bat of the night. That's because they came into the 6th, but the pitching for the Carolina League has just shut down the Cal League over the last few innings here.
As Bowser fouls one back, no balls, 2 strikes. Matt is 6'3", 205. He's from Palm Harbor, Florida. The A's 11th round pick in 2000. He's shown surprising power this year, even though he is a big guy. He never normally hits home runs. Last year, just 2 of them. Although he did have a big power year a couple of years ago playing for Visalia. That was a 21 home run season for him. It's kind of surprising how the power can come and then all of a sudden go, and now maybe it's back again. Melky Torres staring at a catcher, Jesse Gutierrez. The 0-2 pitch. Pitching high and outside. Ball and 2 strikes. I got to tell you, this is one of the best evenings for weather we've had here in the Epicenter in quite a while. They had rain here most of the last 2 weeks. Now all of a sudden clear skies, very comfortable temperatures. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Struck him out with what looked like a changeup. The back-to-back strikeout for Melky Torres. 2 down in the 8th inning. And to the plate, Chris Snyder of Lancaster. Well, this Carolina League team can really pitch. Give a 5-2 lead. And it is not going to be easy to come from behind here. 1 out left in the 8th to play with, and then 3 more potentially in the 9th. There is action going for Carolina. The right field bullpen. Left-hander Ryan Bowe. Winston-Salem is up. Pitch on the way to Snyder. Breaking ball for a call strike over the outside corner. 0-1.
California League with just the 3 hits tonight, other than the walk that was issued with 2 out in the 7th inning. And that's 11 of the last, or rather 10 of the last 11 have been set down by Carolina League pitching.
Fastball missing low. Count even at 1 ball on strike. There's also action going for the California League in the bullpen. The 1-1 missing downstairs. 2-1 down the count to Chris Snyder.
That's probably Mike Esposito.
It appears to be of the Visalia Oaks. And the line goes Torres, the 2-1. Line drive, but foul off to the left. For the group of empty seats, count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Nick Gordo. Chris Snyder, as we mentioned earlier, already knows he is going up to Double-A El Paso after the All-Star game today. He, as well as a couple of his teammates from Lancaster. The 2-2 missing downstairs. Ball, 2 strikes. The Lancaster team very talented. Matthew Henry, one of their best pitchers, showing Chris Snyder. As well as Wells, another one of their starters, a left-hander. Snyder, a guy who still has a Houston school record for most RBIs in a season. That was set 2 years ago. 3-2 pitch. Fastball got him looking. And a very good inning for Melky Torres, and he strikes out the side in order. We head to the 9th, 5-2 Carolina League. This is the All-Star game.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know, Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep laying the slats and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while.
For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Hey, you. I get you think life's pretty perfect, don't you? Just kicking back, listening to the Quakes game. But look around you. Your kitchen and bathroom needs top to bottom cleaning. Your floors need mopping, and your walls need washing. Your place is a mess. You need to call Made Perfect now. They do all this stuff and more. Write down their number. It's 909-625-7939. That's 909-625-7939. They do total cleaning services for commercial and residential accounts. Made Perfect. Your life made perfect.
Five runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for the Carolina League. 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors for the California League as we go to the top half of the 9th inning. See if the Carolina League can add their lead. They're set to have Clifford, Bannon, and Blanco. Batters Keith 9-1 against right-hander Mike Esposito. The lineup is Garcia, 1 inning, 3 strikeouts, and 0. We'll also need the lineup Elton Torres, who is most certainly done for the night for the Carolina League. 1 inning, 3 strikeouts, and 0. As has been the case for the last 3 frames, the pitching has absolutely dominated. Michael Esposito of the Visalia Oaks, 6-3 on the year, 14 starts, an ERA of 3.94, 6-foot 190-pounder from Las Vegas, Nevada. Kid who was taken in the 12th round last year out of Arizona State. And coming into this game, he's 4-2 in his last 6 starts. Obviously putting up good numbers lately. And also, if you look at his numbers when he pitches in Visalia, which is probably an average park as far as hitting and pitching goes, not too many bombs are hit there, and a decent-sized yard. He's 2-0 with a 2.53 ERA at that ballpark. This is a guy that knows all about pitching at home. He was rated the number 8 college prospect by Baseball America in 2002, and also a preseason All-American. Pitched to left-handed batting Woody Clifford. Here's a fastball missing low and outside, 1 ball, no strike.
And with that pitch, every team in the California League and the Carolina League has now had a player in this game.
Which is fantastic to see. That's what it's all about. The 1-0 on the way to Clifford's. Popped him up. Very shallow center field. Out goes the second baseman Bourgeois. The shortstop for Maniac. In comes Jacobs. And it's Greg Jacobs, the center fielder, who makes the lunging catch. Fly out 8. Woody Clifford is now 1 for 4 in the ball game with an RBI single. That came back in the second. To the plate, Jeff Bannon, who struck out his first time up. Mike Esposito, whose father is a lounge singer in Las Vegas at the Paris Casino. Also had a song on the soundtrack for the Karate Kid a bunch of years ago.
I wonder which one that was.
That's You're the Best.
Was that the original Karate Kid?
Doesn't say in the media guide.
Or was it when he started dating later on?
Breaking ball missing outside. The right-handed batting Jeff Bannon, 1 ball and no strikes. By the way, I want to, while I have an opportunity here in the top of the 9th, thank Dave for coming and doing the ball game with me today. The 1-0 pitch is in the air, foul off to the right, 1 ball and strike. Dave and I actually have a pretty good story. Went to school together at the University of Akron in Ohio. Wound up in the same orientation class years ago, worked at the same college radio station, worked our way through that system, and wound up in the California League together for the last couple of years. Strange how things worked out. Dave, a late addition to the broadcast booth. I appreciate you coming by and helping me out. The 1-1 is a breaking ball missing high, 2 balls, 1 strike.
I appreciate the opportunity tremendously. It's the first time I've been on the air for an all-star game, so it's a chance that you don't really want to pass up. And, go Zips.
Career memories. By the way, most people don't even know what the Zips are. That's the Akron mascot, by the way.
Which is a kangaroo.
It is. And why, I'm not even going to get into. As the breaking ball misses in the third here to Jeff Bannon. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Esposito, by the way, at Arizona State, told you was the number 8 college prospect last year because he was 15-3 in 2 years. An ERA of 3.91. Into the windup, 3-1 pitch. Line drive to center field, coming in quickly is Jacobs, and he's not going to get there. It lands 1 step in front of him for a base hit. So you hear all the fans cheering on Jeff Bannon in the crowd. 45 tickets set aside for Jeff today. Mentioned that Camarillo's only about 2 hours outside of this area. They all came down in force to have him return to the West Coast. plays right now for the Potomac Cannons. Andres Blanco lined out the first baseman Bowser his first time up. Came on as a pinch hitter for Rudy Yan. Left-handed batter, takes the fastball downstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. It's been a very well-pitched game aside from maybe 3 separate half innings. Carolina put 2 on the board in the second, 3 in the fifth. California's 2 runs were also in the 5th inning. Line drive, caught at first by Bowser, and he steps on the bag for the double play. Line out 3, Bannon picked off 3 unassisted. Nats retires the side. For the Carolina League in the 9th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Last chance coming for the California League as we head to the home half of the 9th inning. They're scheduled to have Gordeau, Stain, and Kroger when we come back on the 2003 All-Star Game Radio Network.
From third.
Hey fans, it's Rob Render, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some serious ball and good times. Head on down to the Epicenter during the 2003 regular season for some fantastic weekday promotions, including Thirsty Thursdays, brought to you by Twins Nightclub in Rancho Cucamonga. All 12-ounce soft drinks and beer, $1 all game long.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
It's determination and a drive to be the very best that separates a champion from second place. At SOS Mobile Welding, they drive to offer you the very best in commercial and residential welding and repair. They are determined to be the ones you trust for quality wrought iron gates and pins, security pins, rolling and swing gates, and custom fabrication. Need repairs? No problem. Just call SOS Mobile Welding. They provide 24-hour emergency mobile service, and no job is too small. SOS Mobile Welding at 818-406-6658.
Well, I have a chance to also want to thank Don and Josh back in the studios at KWRM here in Southern California for helping us out and getting everybody on the air, whether you're listening here in SoCal or you're listening in Northern California on the San Jose Radio Network or even in Lynchburg across the country or on the internet. All Don and Josh's help. Thanks so very much, guys. We're in the home half of the 9th inning, 5-3. This ball whacked to left field off the bat of Gordeau. Back to the wall. Scott reached to the air. This ball is out of here. Solo home run. Nick Gordeau is now 5-3. Gordeau's first hit in the All-Star game, and he hits it off of Ryan Moe, the left-hander for Winston-Salem, who just entered the game. On the first pitch, a breaking ball, Gordeau goes yard, and here's Greg Stain. First pitch, curveball, missing high, 1 ball and no strikes. Nick Gordeau leads the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes with 10 home runs. The 1-0 is a breaking ball, missing downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. So now it's just a 2-run game here in the 9th inning, and of course nobody out. Greg Stain batting for the second time, and takes the changeup for a call strike. T.J. Raymundo in this spot in the order was 0 for 2. Strikeout and flyout. So far Stain's 0 for 1, and he hits this one towards shortstop. Off the glove, and the shortstop batted into left center. And that'll be 6.
Bannon, it looked like he was having trouble with that. He was backing up and moving towards center field, and it came right to him, but he tried to close his hands on it as it was whizzing up towards his head, and he just missed, basically. Just went right through him and over his head and out into left.
So now a chance to tie the game with 1 swing. And here is Josh Kroger, who has 5 home runs, 30 doubles, and 6 triples for the Lancaster Jethawks. He is first in the league in extra base hits. Breaking ball hit on the ground to second base. This could be 2. Blanco will go to second for 1, and the relay from Bannon is in time. That is the killer. 4-6-3 on the double play 2 outs. The bases are now cleared. And here comes J.J. Fernaniak, the final hope for the California League. Ryan Moe trying to close things out for the save. 5'11", 170-pounder from Lamar, Colorado. Acquired from the San Francisco Giants organization in exchange for Kenny Lofton. The windup he goes. The pitch to Fernaniak. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Team Wing, Okendo, McBride, Gothro, Honnold, Torres, and now Moe for the Carolina League. If this ball is hit out of play off to the right, 0-2 to Fernaniak. On the other side, Esposito's line, 1 inning, 1 hit, 0. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that is the ball game. So in the 9th inning, a leadoff home run from Nick Gordeau. There was also an error, but nobody left on base. Your final score from the 2003 Century 21 California League Carolina League All-Star Game is the Carolina League 5 and the California League 3. A fantastic game. Obviously a lot of excitement for all of the fans. And a sellout crowd on hand to see the best talent at the Class A level. You see here at the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Last year we had a tie. This year we did not. Very big offensive innings, including the fifth. And then the California trying to come from behind in the 9th, but simply too little, too late. This was really a story, Dave Cozen, of fantastic pitching.
Yeah, it was, and there were some pretty good defensive highlights to help out as well. Even though there were two teams, both teams rather committed 2 errors in this game, we saw some diving catches, some catches made on the run in the outfield, and really a game that, to use the old cliche, might have been a little bit closer than the score indicates. But appreciation shown by the fans, even though the last batter for the California League struck out swinging. Everybody stood up and gave a standing ovation for the players on the field and their efforts throughout the game tonight. So it looks like everybody's had a great time so far, and there's a little bit more to come here at the Epicenter.
Absolutely. We're going to take a timeout, come back to begin our post-game show right after this on the 2003 Century 21 California League Carolina League All-Star Radio Network.
It's lunchtime, and you're up to bat. What are you going to put on their plates now? Syrup sandwiches made with Buddig this season, and you'll set the record for most home runs. Carl Buddig's original thin sliced meats are always a hit because they come in 10 tasty varieties, including beef, ham, corned beef, and turkey. Hit a home run. Bring home some Buddig meats today. Buddig, where taste, quality, and value all meet.
Do you have uninvited house guests? No, not your in-laws. Pesky intruders like fleas, termites, and rats. Some pets can carry a health risk by spreading germs. You can protect your family, home, and pets by calling Victory Exterminating. They offer a complete pest control service and treat every home like it's their own. For free estimates, call 909-92-2069 or 626-331-7288. Victory Exterminating, proud to salute our armed forces fighting for freedom, both at home and abroad.
It's determination and the drive to be the very best that separates a champion from second place. At SOS Mobile Welding, they drive to offer you the very best in commercial and residential welding and repair. They are determined to be the ones you trust for quality wrought iron gates and fences, security fences, rolling and swing gates, and custom fabrication. Need repairs? No problem. Just call SOS Mobile Welding. They provide 24-hour emergency mobile service, and no job is too small. SOS Mobile Welding at 818-406-6658. Whether it's a family get-together, 4th of July celebration, or a hearty meal after 18 holes of golf, you can always count on your Royal Master. With a complete menu of impressive features, Royal Master premium gas grills are built to last a lifetime. Whatever the occasion, you can always count on your Royal Master. Visit www.royalmaster.com or see one in action at San Bernardino Fireplace and Wood Stove Specialties on Highland, 1 block east of the 30. Royal Master, the most durable grill known to man.
And now it's time for the Quakes post-game show. Brought to you by Alpha Graphics, now offering ISO 9001 certification. Let's rejoin Rob Brender, the voice of the Quakes, for a recap of the game's big plays and key players, plus new score stats and more from around the California League and Major League Baseball.
Welcome back to the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California, where the All-Star team has been, well, fun to say the least. Rob Brender along with Dave Skozen from the broadcast booth this evening. Dave, a 5-3 victory for the Carolina League, but really everybody goes home victorious today, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Even somebody that might have gone over in the game at the plate. You know, I mean, this has just been a fantastic opportunity, a well-run show, by the way, by your organization, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, all the way around, and just in talking to everybody, even if you weren't involved in the fan fest ahead of time or the luncheon today or things like that. Just a great experience for some guys who, you know, in all honesty, not all of them are going to go on and appear in the major league someday, but a couple of them, you never know where they're going to cross paths again. So it's a chance for, we talked about the scouts earlier in the game, coming to be able to see all of these guys in one place at one time, the major league scouts for the other big league teams. And the same thing for the fans and really for the players on each team, you know, to all get together and just have another little something that'll connect all of their careers.
And good to see a big crowd respond to the fantastic play of all of these All-Stars. They showed up in big numbers, and I know you mentioned it a couple of times during the broadcast how enthusiastic into this ball game they were, and really into it from the very start. We had the Fan Fest earlier today at 2 o'clock. We had the skills competition at 5:30, then the ball game itself, and despite their ball club here in California not winning the ball game, they were still really excited all the way throughout.
Yeah, really a good baseball crowd, too. You know, a lot of the impressions around the country of baseball fans or sports fans on the West Coast is that they're maybe a little bit more laid back than anybody else. But I think we saw it even at Dodger Stadium this past weekend when the Giants were there, I guess late last week, that some, you know, very heated things were going on with the fans, and you saw that here tonight. You know, the home team, the California League, did not come up victorious tonight, but again, that appreciation was shown at the end of the game, the appreciation for the good plays on the field, for just the whole spectacle that everybody is witnessing here tonight. And I think, like you said, the fans that are here at the game tonight recognize that.
Certainly. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes front office staff, you brought up briefly, they did a great job getting ready for today's game. The advertising that was done to pump this ball game up really was responded to and forced by all these fans here in the Southern California area. For that matter, all the fans that come to us from around the country and around the world. The Epicenter Rancho Cucamonga is one of the nicest minor league facilities that you will ever find around the country, and you go to Major League ballparks, it just doesn't have the same feel, tight-knit atmosphere here at the Epicenter. So we enjoy bringing the ball game to you from this gorgeous ballpark. And as it turns out, the Carolina League comes out victorious today in a very well-pitched ball game for both teams. We will go over the pitching lines as well as the final stats from this evening's ball game when we come back right after this.
Around here, folks take pride in their landscape. They know a beautiful yard starts with the right materials. And around here, people like to do it themselves. That's why they rely on Haven Building Materials. Haven features a winning lineup of blocks, cement, rocks, sand, and gravel, everything you need for your landscape. And they deliver, too. Folks in the know rely on Haven. They have since 1978, and you can too. Just stop by Haven Building Materials at 9393 Haven Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga.
Hey, you. I bet you think life's pretty perfect, don't you? Just kicking back, listening to the Quakes game. But look around you. Your kitchen and bathroom needs top-to-bottom cleaning. Your floors need mopping, and your walls need washing. Your place is a mess. You need to call Made Perfect now. They do all this stuff and more. Write down their number. It's 909-625-7939. That's 909-625-7939. They do total cleaning services for commercial and residential accounts. Made Perfect. Your life made perfect.
You know, Farmer John and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes have more in common than you may think. For instance, they're both based right here in the Southland. They both wear hats as part of their uniforms, and they're both enjoyed best right here at the Epicenter. That's because Farmer John is the official hot dog of the Quakes, which means whenever you come to a Quakes ball game, Farmer John will be there. Of course, you won't see him stepping up to the plate anytime soon. Farmer John can't quite handle a curveball. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
The English have a heritage rich in tradition. If you'd like to experience a bit of that heritage for yourself, stop by the Bulldog Pub. Enjoy the best English-style fish and chips around, as well as a great selection of import and domestic beer. Play pool or darts, and while baseball isn't cricket, we've been serving Quakes fans for 18 years. Stop by the Bulldog tonight. You'll find them in the Upland Northwest Shopping Centre under the Clock Tower on Mountain Avenue. The Bulldog Pub, a taste of Britain in Upland.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Welcome back to the Epicenter as we recap this evening's ball game, the 2003 All-Star game, well-played game between the Carolina League and the California League. Here are the totals for the Carolina League: 5 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. For the California League, 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Ryan Wing. Starts the ball game, went 2 innings, did not surrender a run on 1 hit, struck out 2, walked 1, hit 1 batter, and 0. And the winning pitcher Steven Shell, 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, full third, 1 strikeout, and 0. And the save goes to Ryan Bowe. 1 inning, 1 hit. It was a home run that was off the bat of Quakes outfielder Nick Gorneau. Strikeout 1, 0 the rest of the way. As far as the offense goes, the Carolina League put 2 on the board in the second inning. A leadoff single for Chris Shelton. Got down to second base on a ground out by Scott. Stayed there on a fly out from Huggins. Both with 2 outs, 3 consecutive hits. An RBI double from Andy Marquis, an RBI single for Woody Clifford. And then there'd be a single by Tony Pena. At that point, the 2 runs had already come in. Carolina would take a 5-0 lead after they placed 3 runs in the top half of the 5th. The inning starts with a strikeout of Clifford, but then a wild pitch put him aboard, and a double come off the bat of Tony Pena, who was 2 for 2 in the ball game. Now we put runners at second and third base. Brian with a down to a fielder's choice. So reach Woody Clifford at the plate. Wow. Then reached on an error by first baseman Jason Fox. Eventually he would come around to score, as would Rudy Knott on a 2-out, 2 RBI double from Ryan Calvin. Calvin 1 for 4 in the ball game, but that 1 hit absolutely huge. The California League would try their hardest to come from behind. They put 2 runs on the board in the home half of that 5th inning. A leadoff double for Josh Kroger, and a ground out from Bermaniak, a walk to Joey Gastright. Gastright would eventually get down to third base on a steal. An RBI single from Greg Jacobs, who played a run and an error by Patrick Talbot on a bad throw up the third base line for the second California League run in the inning. The California League would also get on the board in the 9th inning on the leadoff solo home run from Nick Gorneau, who has 10 home runs in the regular season for Rancho Cucamonga, and he homers in the All-Star game. A fantastic evening and event for Nick. That was all the scoring. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 21 minutes. Attendance was 5,737. Let's give you the pitching line. Already told you Shell. By Strowski would go next. The Behind Desert Mavericks. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, 0s. Brian Ketchner of Inland Empire, 1 inning, 1 strikeout, 0s. Mike Wadnicki, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs. Second part, 3 runs, 2 earned. 1 strikeout, 1 wild pitch. Chad Gaudin, 1 inning, 1 hit, a pair of strikeouts. Josh Parker, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. James Garcia of San Jose, 1 inning, 3 strikeouts. And then Mike Esposito of Visalia, 1 inning, 1 hit. On the other side for Carolina, Ryan Wing gets the win. 2 innings, 1 hit, pair of strikeouts, no runs. Ian Okendo, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, a wild pitch. McKay McBride, pitching from the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Struck out 2, walked 1. Jared Costro, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, 0s. Chris Connell of Winston-Salem, 1 inning, 1 walk. Nelty Torres, 1 inning, 3 strikeouts. And then Ryan Bowe for the save, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run that was earned, struck out 1, and 0s the rest of the way. Well, obviously there have to be some MVPs from today's ball game, and Dave Skozin, will you bring us those, please?
I will definitely bring you these, and I think the one award that was given out tonight is just one out of what turned out to be 3 of them.
Right.
Is more cut and dry than the others, and that would be the defensive player of the game, and that's Woody Clifford. He had that fantastic catch to help hold the California League to only 4 hits tonight, diving play out there in right field very early in the game, and so he gets the defensive player of the game presented by Xbox, by the way, so he got 3 Xbox games there on the field right afterward. And the MVPs, they named 2 MVPs, one for the Carolina League and one for the California League. Tony Pena with Myrtle Beach wins the award for the Carolina League. And tonight he went 2 for 2, had a single and a double, and in fact also scored a run. So I mean, offensively, in a 5-3 game, it was a very evenly distributed type of offensive attack, if you can call it that, for the Cal League, but for both of the teams. And then for the California League, it turned out Greg Jacobs of Inland Empire was the MVP. And he, in fact, played the entire game for the California League. Went 1 for 4, but also had a stolen base and a run batted in. One of just 2 of the runs that scored for the Cal League. The team's only run batted in tonight. And so it was Greg Jacobs who was the only California League guy down on the field who was given that award as the MVP for the California League. Very close, we understand, but Greg Jacobs was the man. So those are your stars of the night. What's tough about that is you've got all these pitchers who pitch, and many of them pitch very well, but just one inning at a time. You can't say, okay, this was the most important inning, unless it was a close game down at the end, and then you got a guy that goes 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. Then maybe there's an MVP candidate, but it's got to be an offensive guy. And for these 2 leagues, it turned out to be, at least for the Cal League, the guy with just the 1 RBI that the Cal League had.
Well, before the game, this was labeled as either is it the pitching that's going to win out for the Carolina League squad, or the hitting that will eventually get the victory for the California League. As it turned out, it was the Carolina League pitching to go along with the Carolina League offense, which came up big today. They scored the 5 runs on 8 hits. It was very, very impressive, or actually 9 hits, let's make that. So, obviously, the offense showed up for the ball game, decided that, you know what, we may not be known for being a great offensive league, but we're going to show what we can do. And then all those big prospects, the Wings, the Honnold, the Bose, and the McBride, they all showed up. Every single one of them. They were all fantastic. And, to give the credit to the California League for some fantastic pitching is also well-deserved. Shell, Strauss, Hedgner, Wadnicki, the list goes on and on. These are 2 overwhelmingly talented 8-ball leagues. And I can tell you for a fact that most of the pitchers, and for that matter, most of the hitters at this level, could all wind up competing at the Major League level within maybe 1 to 2 years of right now. And we look forward to seeing that happen. In fact, that's what it's all about. It's all about the players. That's why we're here. To celebrate their accomplishments, to celebrate the game of baseball, and specifically to celebrate minor league baseball. And that's what we've done here tonight with a big crowd supporting what was a fantastic and well-played game.
And next year, a little bit of a unique situation. The California League gets to host this game 2 years in a row. It'll be just down the road from here in San Bernardino at the Arrowhead Credit Union Park, home of the Inland Empire 66ers. They were able to host it because of some conflicts out of the Carolina League, but I think in 2005 then the Carolina League will get the All-Star game back.
Right, it was supposed to be the Potomac Cannons that were going to host it this year, but their new ballpark won't be ready for additional season, hence it goes to San Bernardino as you hear the fireworks going off in the background. So the 5,000, nearly actually 6,000 almost that showed up tonight are given the opportunity to stay in the ballpark and enjoy a very good light and fireworks show as we expect that they will show up in full force for not only the remainder of this season here in the Cal League, but also next season's All-Star game at Inland Empire. So, Dave, any final thoughts from this evening's game that stand out to you, at least in this one?
I think really what you had talked about was just the pitching stance, really for both teams. We had a couple of big innings out of the Carolina League, but remember that we had an error in both cases on either side that added to a run. But I think it's just the old adage carries through even in a game like this. It's pitching beats good hitting. Good pitching is always going to win out, and I think that's what we saw here tonight.
I couldn't put it any better. To be honest with you, that's exactly what I was thinking. Good pitching and good hitting is something that we've seen in this game. We saw a well-balanced offensive attack from both ball clubs. We got an opportunity to see almost every single All-Star that was selected to both rosters get the opportunity to get in there and show what they're made of. The only player we didn't see from the California League was Irvin Santana, and Irvin, I know, pitched on Sunday for Rancho Cucamonga, so he couldn't go. And on the Carolina League side, everybody had the opportunity to get into the ball game, I believe, and take part in what was a fantastic game. Actually, only one pitcher did not appear, and that was Matt Conan of the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, but I know that Matt enjoyed his time here. And, of course, the festivities for these players aren't complete yet. They're going to go to a post-game party and get ready to fly back across the country or up north here in the California League and get set for the start of the real second half beginning, or at least the post-All-Star break for their respective teams. So, minor league baseball celebrated at its best this evening. Once again, your final score from the ball game tonight was the Carolina League 5 and the California League 3. For Dave Scosa, Dave, thanks so very much again for coming down. It's appreciated as always, and look forward, I'm sure, to having all your fans listen to you on the Visalia Oaks Radio Network, right?
Hey, yes. Thank you very much again for the opportunity. It was a good time.
It was my pleasure completely. And for John and Josh back in the studios of KWRM in Corona, California, you guys did a wonderful job not only getting us on the air, but keeping us there all evening long. Thanks so much also to the station in San Jose and Lynchburg picking up the broadcast this evening on the radio side. We appreciate all of your work, and to all of you, the fans, for tuning in here in Southern California and around the country, and even for that matter, around the world at rcquakes.com. Your attendance was appreciated as always. I am Rob Brender. This has been a presentation of KWRM Sports on the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball Radio Network. Once again, your final score from the 2003 Century 21 All-Star Game is the Carolina League 5 and the California League 3. Have yourselves a very pleasant Tuesday evening.
Before the first pitch, we all stand for the national anthem and a salute to our flag. This season, show your pride by flying the stars and stripes. Signorama features a great assortment of flags for your home or office. They also have sticker decals and magnetic sign flags for windows, your car, truck, or anywhere else in your home. At Signorama, reminding you that freedom is never free. Support our troops by flying the American flag.
If you are a real estate agent, listen up. Express Printing in Chino is your marketing friend. Visit realestatecopies.com and create your marketing tools. Color flyers for 39 cents, color postcards, everything you need at realestatecopies.com. Send them your files or use their templates. They will produce your materials and ship them next day free of charge. Express Printing in Chino, family owned for 20 years, brings you realestatecopies.com, the real estate agent's marketing partner.
This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Professional Baseball, a special presentation of KWRM AM 1370 Sports, and brought to you by
Alpha Graphics, The Red Roof Inn, Country Crops, Laughlin, Nevada, Vineyard Bank, Southern California Housing